Grip the shaft.
Grip the shaft.
What's going on? Captain Nasty's here with Alex Nelson. Woo! Oh, no Alex Nelson cam. But he's here. He's going to come over here in the... There's kind of a lot of...
There I am.
There he is. So we're... You probably can't hear him that great because I'm mic'd up and not him, but... So what we're doing here is we're testing the HP Reverb against the Valve Index, and I just decided to live stream it because we're going to do benchmarking and just do a bunch of stuff that we're going to use like for the video anyways, and so I figured why not also just live. Seemed like it'd be interesting. We're going to live stream it. I know the screen looks funny right now. It looks like you're seeing a copy, you know, of like both eyes. That's just the way IL2 works. Yes, we could have used the display capture from Steam, but it only does 45 frames a second, and no one wants to watch that. And this is just for benchmarking anyways. So the methodology of what we're going to start with here. So first we're going to do benchmarking. Then we're going to talk about some stats while we're benchmarking, go through some technical stuff. Then we're going to actually throw the headset on, and we're going to fly around in IL2. And then we're going to drive around in AC with the Valve Index on. And then we're going to switch over and do the exact same thing with the HP Reverb. So that's the plan today. So I've got Rivia Tuner up because we're going to start with benchmarking. And what we're going to do is just fly a mission. We're just going to leave the headset just like sitting where it's at and try to have as few variables as possible. I'll show you my graphic settings here before we get started. Yeah, so balanced, you know, as the overall preset, you know, distant landscape normal, shadows quality low, horizontal 7. You can see all this stuff. I'm not going to read it all off. AA is at 2, gamma is at 0.8. So there you go. That's how we have IL2 set up. We're going to leave that all the same, obviously, as we bench here. And so we should also say that I did a lot of almost pre-testing last night, where I tried to super sample the Valve Index at a bunch of different levels, and it didn't really go so well. So I tried everything from bumping up the refresh rate to 144, but then forcing it into ASW so it would only be running at 72, and running, you know, I tried everything from I started at 150 and went down to 110. It just did not super sample very efficiently. So that's the story there. So. And also with Alex here, who actually is a user, said that he doesn't super sample on his either. He has a very strong computer, so do I. I've got an i9900K at 5 gigahertz, as you can see there. Super fast 4433 megahertz of RAM and a 2080 graphics card. He has a 90... No, and you have an 8700K and a 1080 Ti. Yeah, so he has a strong computer too. So anyway, so that's the story there. So there's going to be no super sampling applied in either one of these videos. We're going to keep the graphics settings. So let's get started here at the benchmark. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I know it looks goofy. It's just the way IL2 Sturmovik works. But IL2 is a great program to benchmark with because it has an autopilot. So you can literally do the exact same thing more than once. And if you're trying to get data and benchmark, that's, you know, pretty goddamn important. And what you'll see is I'm going to start the bench, and then you'll see, so where it says 81 FPS right now, that's going to be the average. Where it says 12 FPS right now, that's going to be the 1% low, and where it says 2, that's going to be just the low. And then the real-time FPS is on the very left, and then the frame time is next to that. If you're watching this stream and you're a nerd, you probably know what frame time and know what all that stuff is already. For VR nerds only. VR nerds only allowed here. All right, so again, we're going to do our autopilot thing here on IL2 and let it do its due. Why is it an ASW?
What's the super sampling?
The super sampling is at 0. We'll have to double check that.
Do you have are you still playing with motion smoothing on all the time?
Good call. That might be it.
Yeah, what would you do without me, bro?
Now, this is all kind of how this sausage is made. For when you guys watch the video, you'll know that we're complete idiots, essentially. Yeah. Stop.
That cat's cool.
Yeah, and there's a reason that you don't see lots of people streaming and doing stuff in VR. It's an absolute pain in the ass, for sure. So this is an informational video. This is not going to be like some beautiful experience. This is just if you want to see how this sausage is made. If you have any questions, I see you guys there watching. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free just to post something in chat. It's not too often you've got dudes here with both headsets, you know, on a really fast computer, and quite a bit of experience setting this stuff up. So let's.
Even though we kind of not showing it off right now.
Yeah, motion smoothing isn't even checked here.
No, click that.
Applications. You want me to click this on?
Yeah, I usually put that on. Or wait, sorry.
You want that off? That's ASW.
I meant yeah, applications, and then go to the specific app.
Let's look at always disable. Hold on. So 100. So.
See, use global setting.
Yeah, which is it's disabled globally. Let's just click always disable here too.
That's typically what I do. It's just always disable.
Oh, and you know what? It was bumped up from me testing it last night too at 80 hertz. Remember I told you the last thing I did was knock it down to 80 and then try to bump up the super sampling. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it running at 110?
Yeah, 116, and it just crushed it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, all right, here we go. Yeah, so I spent several hours. I was up till like 2:30 in the morning, literally testing different super sampling, testing all the different frame rates, trying to get the index to run, you know, is absolutely as optimized as it could be. Because the bottom line is that the resolution on the reverb is way better, but everything else about the index is like literally everything else is way better. So
It's like if you found a fucking just an old Chevy Malibu out there from the early 90s. It's just
What?
beat to shit. Check it out. Just beat to shit.
grab the chair. Come over here a little closer. Grab the chair so you're on the microphone.
Your freaking Chevy, your beat to shit Chevy just has a fucking crazy fucking crate engine in it. That's basically the HP Reverb.
Right, yeah. So it's basically the HP Reverb is very Oculus Rift CV1 like, except for the panels are amazing and it has crazy high resolution. And much less screen door effect. I was actually surprised by how much screen door effect the Index had, but that was after coming off of using the Reverb like a whole lot, you know. But compared to a CV1, it's like it's not there. Like that's what's interesting. You see reviewers like the screen door effect is gone, and it's like, well, it's not like. I wouldn't say it's like gone. Anyways, so we'll of course be recapping this and making a video. I just figured if I'm going to do all this work, I figured people might want to watch the live stream too. So thanks for tuning in. Now we're talking, getting some frames out of this bad bitch here now. But it's amazing how just even with a little bit of super sampling, but it's also so when your base native resolution is really high. Think about it. If you apply a multiplier on top of that, that's a really big bump. Like bumping up a 1000 by 1000 display to 150, you're only going to be at 1500. Bumping up a 2000 by 2000 display by 50, you know what I mean? You're at 3000. So that's a huge delta in pixels right there, right?
So I feel like what we should have done is bump it up in smaller increments. Like we should go straight to like 160. We should go to 105.
So yeah, no, that's fair, and we'll probably do that.
Because if it's being multiplied, then the super sampling you're putting it on isn't as much as you actually. Right?
Yeah, but for the sake of like.
This is where I want to see this fucking stream.
Yeah.
Numbers right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is where the system just always just gets killed. I feel like when you're taking off on the ground and shit. It's trying to crush out its GPU.
I mean it, but see, look, yeah, no, it's running the GPU nice.
It was at 96%.
Yeah. Well, now it's at 90 because it doesn't even need to run tapped out to hold 90 frames.
The other part of the test when he cranks to the left right here, that's when I experience the most droppage. See, just when I'm starting to bank low against the ground, that's when I start heating up.
Mm-hmm. You know what else we might do is we might make the Rivia tuner a little bit smaller, and then that way I can open up the screen so you don't see two eyes. I'll do that after this benchmark too. It'll just make the stream look a little bit better. Oh, and we're streaming on, should I say that? We're streaming on 2 PCs here, guys. So don't think that I'm trying to benchmark and show you the shit and also stream on the same PC. Nah, son. We don't play it like that. We keep it real in the streets. And we use 2 PCs because you just can't stream VR and have good performance, even on the NVENC encoder. Believe me, I've spent a lot of time fiddle fucking around with this. And the bottom line is it's really hard to stream in VR, which is why you don't see hardly anybody doing it. It was easy on the CV1. It's really easy on the CV1. Everything else, because it's a more square, image in your eye than the Rift is, then it distorts it when you go to full screen and make it so. Anyways, that little detail makes it really tough. So we're benchmarking. So you can see our average frames here are 88, which is pretty damn good performance for sure. Our lows right now are at 49. But it's not just gonna lock here and be boring. It'll start to struggle. Pro stream. What's up, Adam? I'm definitely far from a pro streamer, but if you're gonna do something, like, you got to do it at least as right as you can. So here's something that's gonna piss off everybody in chat. So Jimmy Broadbent makes shitty VR videos, and here's why. He uses the Steam output window for capturing, but it only records at 45 FPS, and that's why if you watch his VR videos, they're not as smooth as mine. And I don't know, and he's probably using 2 PCs, I imagine, I don't know, but it's so hard to get 60 frames. You have to dick around with so many other things. It really, yeah, thumbs down. Thank you, Grim. Appreciate that. It makes it really tough to do. So anyways, for me, I don't want to watch a stream that's not, especially in VR when there's a lot of movement, I don't want to watch it if it's under 60 frames. And I don't want to produce it if it's under 60 frames. So sorry, rant over. But that was a bit of a tirade. But tampon! All right. So we're going to run this until the pilot's going to bank right here, and that'll conclude the benchmark. We'll take a look at the data, and then should we kick up the super sampling to maybe 108 or something, just to see? You're not going to notice much of a visual difference, though, really. I mean, right? Are you going to?
But you remember it's on that multiplier too.
That's true. It is on the multiplier. That's true. So another interesting thing we did. So we were like doing research and trying to like make a somewhat valuable video here. So we were Googling just like what's the sizes of the actual lenses in the 2 headsets, and no one had that information available. And so I actually made a custom little ruler that I cut up. I found it because we didn't want to scratch the lenses, obviously. So what were the sizes? Can you bring the sheet over? So the reason I'm talking about this, all right, so this will conclude our benchmark here. So we ended up with the average FPS was 86, the 1% low was 46, and the low was 32. Let's memorialize this somehow. Is my phone? Can you find my phone too? I think we were Googling. Oh, it's over there by the beanie. Okay. So why does the size of the actual panels in the headset matter? It matters for 2 reasons. So the Index has a way better field of view. The field of view it's almost good enough for me to say I don't really need any more. It's pretty fucking impressive on the Index, right? The field of view is not good on the VR. I feel like it's worse than this. Is it worse than the CV1 to you? Do you think the Reverb is worse than the CV1?
It's borderline.
I think it's. I'm just gonna say it's worse. I think it's, and it's very close, but it's a little bit worse. So anyway, so the size of the actual lenses on the Index.
1 5/8 horizontal and vertical, both on the.
Yeah, so the Reverb, they're square, which makes sense because if you look at the resolution, it's 2160 by 2160. That's the native resolution of the HP Reverb. So it's like having a 2K monitor like in your mouth. And those panels are 1 5/8 inches by 1 5/8 inches, right? They're square. On the Valve Index, the stock resolution is 1600 by 1440.
Yeah.
You didn't write that down, even though I asked you to. Thanks a lot for that. You're fucking useless.
Well, you remembered.
I remembered. So anyway, so 1600 by 1440. So that's a lot, lower number.
Yeah,
but here's the reason. It's because those panels are 2 inches horizontal by 1 7/8 inches vertical. So they're way bigger panels.
Like,
And so that's why the resolution is lower, because, you know, it's you're stretching, you know, the pixels over a bigger distance. So anyways, it's like if you had a big 4K versus 50, what's it, a 4K TV that's like a 40-inch, you know, is going to look a lot different than a 4K TV that's like a 200-inch, right? The resolution is going to look lower on the 200-inch TV because it's got the same amount of, you know, pixels over a bigger space. So that's one of the big fidelity issues, or not issues, but differences there for sure. So let's bump up. Let's just bump up our super sampling just a little bit, just to see what happens. And again, this is not like supposed to be a wow, this is an amazing, beautiful, this is like a work, we're like doing work right now. So like the stream is going to reflect that. So, you know, fucking deal with it. All right.
did you exit out of IL2 completely?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what should we go with? I wish you could type in here.
I believe I can on my computer.
Really?
I was trying to click on it and it would just like.
Should we try, let's just try 110. And then I have to quit out of this to actually.
If I'm gonna run it out of anything, it's probably gonna be 110.
All right. Let's go with 110.
For performance reasons on both games.
Okay. Quit this so it applies the change. And again, I know the screen. Oh, let's make Rivia Tuner a little smaller too. And then we can try to make it look a little sexier on the stream. That ought to do it. All right. Yes, indeed. Useless Millennial Night Stalker. Okay, so now we're going to bench this thing we're on the valve index, and we've got the super sampling kicked up to 110. And the reason I'm live streaming and even doing this is because I want to show you guys, like, when I make the video on, like, what headset do you get, like, a ton of work went into this. Like, I spent literally, like, 5 hours testing and fucking with settings and just doing stuff last night. So, like, that was me to almost prepare to stream to actually do the test today, as crazy as that sounds. So, again, this is like a working stream. Oh, let me try to sexy it up a little bit here. Where you at, Rivia Tuner? There she is. There she is. All right, let's do this. All right, the stream is going to look a little crazy for just a second, guys, so I apologize. If I can even stretch it to be... This is why people don't stream in VR. I need to keep stretching it more. All right, I know it looks goofy right now. I'm gonna get my life together right now here, fellas. Just give me a second. I probably just should have left it on. There we go. There we go. Okay. If you don't use Rivia Tuner for your own benchmarking and all that kind of crap, I highly recommend it. Does the resolution just suck of what I'm doing here? So I'm stretching this image like crazy, which I imagine is gonna make the resolution pretty bad. So let me know, because I'm also still kind of testing. So like the resolution is just garbo right now. Well, yeah, you shouldn't be able to read the text. That's normal. So this is one eye of the thing. like zoomed in like crazy, and on my monitor right now I can't read the small text either. So again, I just figured, I don't know, we can go back to looking at both eyes on the screen. I just thought this might look a little bit better for the stream, but either way, so you can see just how little of the picture we've got right here. We can play with the settings on it. Yeah, see, that kind of sucks. All right, we're gonna go back to the way it was before because we don't want to just look at the sky either. It was worth a shot. Okay, yeah, back to the first view we go. We'll kick up Rivia Tuner, make it really big again so you guys can easily see that. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay. And I can already see that the frame rate is struggling here. It's a struggle-o. We might not even need to run this benchmark because it's just unacceptable right now.
I mean, you're on the ground, but
Yeah,
see, this is what I was talking about being interested in running it at 80.
At 80?
Just
Yeah.
This, like, type of level.
But even now it wouldn't be holding 80.
No, but you're on the ground.
But we're on the ground. And you just kind of got to accept the fact that that's the way it's going to be. Well, let me do this too. Yeah. All right, so we start the benchmark when the flare goes off. That's what we'll be doing, and then we'll put the timer on too. So this is the same benchmark I did with the CV1. Well, now it's holding 90. That's pretty sweet. It's like locked in on 90. Well, let's see what happens here. Oh, there's. Oh god. Oh god. See, I don't think the dips and the stutters that's going to create in the headset is worth the extra 10% super sample.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
thinking. That's why I just played it at 100.
Yep.
100.
But this is good though. Now that we're sober too, because honestly, so while we're running this benchmark for a couple minutes, so yesterday I started out my day going to the craziest barber shop ever. And started off the morning with a beer, played 18 holes with this idiot, had some more beers, and then came home and played with these settings. And yeah, so it's good to be redoing this all now that sobriety. Man, look how it's running the GPU, 97%. I mean, it's hammering it. It's hammering it.
Just goes to show you that you need a 2080 Ti.
Yeah, you do. Why don't you just grab the stool, or yeah, come and sit so you're in. Can you guys hear Alex at all, or no? He probably needs to be a lot closer, doesn't he? Let me make sure I've got this thing on.
I got me mic'd up.
I should, do we have another mic? Do I have another mic?
No, don't worry about it.
I wonder if I have another one.
But yeah, you just need like that much stronger of a card, like to
Yeah.
get you over that hump. I feel like of what we're on hardware boundary wise.
Hey, how loud are the aircraft right now? I can't hear the stream right now. Grim, is the airplane super loud? Hopefully not. It should be like almost turned down because you're just gonna have like crowds screaming at you and doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I took a big hit right there too. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
it just doesn't
run it
super
at
sample
100.
well.
Just run it at 100, 100.
I know. I
90.
just
That's the
let
best way
yeah.
to do it.
I know. But we had. This is us showing how the sausage is made, showing that we like actually went through all this pain and tested things that don't work. You know what I mean? Because if you don't know what you don't know, right? So like we've gone through that pain. This is like the last leg of us like confirming. You know what I mean? Like kind of.
If you had a 2080 Ti, I think you could do
I bet
this.
you could.
But
I bet
don't
you
think
could.
If you have anything less than that, are gonna.
I mean, the
experience
the only way I could upgrade this computer right now is with the 2080 Ti. There is nothing else I could do to make this computer faster. Besides maybe overclocking it higher to like 5.2, but I mean 5 is like
Yeah, but I'm
plenty.
Just, yeah. The interesting thing though was running it at 144 for the 72 ASW.
Yeah, that
I
was
wish
really
I
cool
would've
testing.
been so sleepy and would have just came over here and tried that, like looking through it myself.
So
I want to see it actually.
it didn't look like a native 72 frames though. It still had that
Oh, yeah,
ASW
that ASW,
weirdness.
like,
Like
shake to it.
you know what I wanted that to be? I wanted that to be a way to turn the frames down to 72.
Yeah,
And
no,
it
yeah,
like
for
under
sure.
80 and just but it still looked like ASW like weirdness for sure. So all right, this benchmark is almost over. And then we're going to turn the super sampling down because we don't like the performance here. We're going to leave it on 90 hertz refresh rate. We're going to turn the super sampling down to 100. And then what we're going to actually do is just do a little bit of flying. I'm going to have Alex hop in the flight rig here.
Jeez.
And just kind of see about like spotting. So we're going to fly the same mission that we're flying right now.
Oh, I gotta take off. Damn it. Which plane is
You can
this?
put it in. No, you could put it in autopilot
Oh, yeah,
and
true.
just look around if you want to, because it's all about spotting in IL2. And so what I'm setting up here, just to be fair, right, is that like the reverb runs like for IL2 and for competitive online flight sims, spotting is like everything. At least in World War II, like it's all about being the dude to see the other dude before he sees you with the dude. So, all right, we've hit our time here. Let's take a look at our benchmark results. So 84 average frames, which sounds good, but it's unacceptable
But you know
performance.
what I was gonna say is this is where you play it at 80 hertz though.
Yeah,
Because then you'll just be
True.
locked in 4 FPS lower.
That's
without
true,
the
but
dips.
that's true.
But it still had some bad dips. Like
It went under for sure.
56,
Yeah, it still is pretty, which is just part of life with IL2, unfortunately. And that's what the setting's not cranked up either. So, cheers. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm surprised there aren't more people that have questions, but that's all good.
Let's
People
fly.
people are like, there's live streams with people like, that are like using Sims, just like testing these two like headsets. Oh, this is super normal shit right here. All right, are you ready to shred on some
With some cool setups too, like
Yeah.
man type shit.
man type shit?
This fucking joystick is very funny. Oh god, I gotta freaking adjust this.
Ain't gonna happen.
No, fuck that.
Oh, you can't even get in there, huh?
You fucking.
Oh.
You are a fucking
All right.
short asshole.
All right, I'll fly. Let me do it.
No, don't worry about it. Yeah, you go ahead and fly. You're the better pilot, anyways.
What should we? I wonder if that can maybe work. Yeah, that'll work actually really nice.
I thought we had different pedals, me and you. Those are the same pedals I have.
Yeah, I think we've got I think those are kind of the only pedals that they make.
Oh, I didn't know. I never fucking knew this shit.
All right. Oh, this is for you, Grim. Look what Alex brought over here. The D-shaped rim. D-shaped rim review. Here, I'm gonna let you fuck around with that. Yes, that is scrub level stuff.
Scrub level.
That's why we're gonna. Although
I'll deal with this.
anyone that's hating on 84 FPS on an index super sampled on IL2 probably doesn't know about IL2 and how demanding it is on the PC. All right, so I've got that. I guess I'm good. Let's do this. Now, I didn't bother to set up chat in the headset, but we're not going to have the headset on for a super long time, and Alex can talk to chat as well. I've also got my fucking mic. I hadn't considered this.
How you're gonna talk to chat?
Yeah, I need to. I have the magnet on my headset where this clips on. I don't have it on this one, but it's.
You should just get one of those in-clip mics for your T-shirt, like a famous
Yeah.
YouTuber. You're a super famous YouTuber.
Oh yeah, yeah, like a clippy guy. Reset our. So I'm just gonna put this on
What settings is it playing at right now?
autopilot to take off.
Is this
Oh shit! I didn't unsuper sample it. Glad you said something.
Turd.
Huge error. Huge error. We are gonna. Oh shit. Boosted Stig got IL2.
Oh snap.
Oh snap! Guess what I saw?
He wrote to me, said he went crazy on his computer bill. Don't want to know what he got.
Post up your new computer specs in chat. Boosted Stig.
Say, ask him how much more he went over budget. That he was supposed to. He's like, I want to buy
Yeah,
over
yeah,
500
yeah. How much did you exceed your budget by? Okay, so we're just gonna turn down super sampling to 0. Just we had to test it there. Just to, again, we're idiots. We know. Everyone, people are like looking at the stream like, this guy's a terrible streamer. His screen is set up all cattywampus and this guy doesn't know what he's doing because it's like cropped funny. Like it has to be cropped funny, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's a bummer. If Steam, none of this would be an issue if Steam wasn't a dingle dongle and didn't make their stupid window only 45 FPS, which I know doesn't really matter in IL2, but you know. All right, back to 100. So we already benched at 100, and it basically held what, 88 frames, I think, something like that. It was crazy high. All right, but we're good there. Now we have to quit this to make it do its due, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, so.
Okay, here we go. Time to go.
So when you reset the resolution,
Yeah.
I don't think you need to reset the Steam VR.
Ryzen 5 3600.
What kind of GPU did you get?
2080 Super.
Nice. I think the 2080 Super is a good.
That'll be a good PC for Assetto Corsa. That will not be a good PC for IL2. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Stig. I know it's the last thing you want to hear.
It's playing in the Oculus, right?
Won't matter.
Oh, dude, I think it'll run. But
Nah, it won't.
Some shit.
Nah, it won't run too good. You really need the hot dog CPU for the Sturmy Vic. The Sturmy Vic. All right, so now we're gonna kind of get into talking about like comfort, colors, like things that aren't like numbers, you know, because we've benchmarked and we saw like performance, which is of course where you want to start. The Index is like ridiculously comfortable. It's super adjustable. I love everything about the Index except for two things: the weight and the.
Pussy.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So I'm actually going to let autopilot fly here at first because I'm just going to, and we'll speed up the time as well so we're not waiting around. Oh, God. What did I just, oh, that's not.
Oh, you dingled it. Those, hey, the magnetic clips are kind of cool.
How do I not get, it's like fucking me around here. How do I get out of?
What are you talking about? Where are you?
It's like it wants me to have a, are you fucking kidding me?
It wants you to have the what? We see just.
I know. I'm looking at the fucking stupid VR. Oh, back to app, but I can't click it. Do you have?
I don't have controllers.
Oh my god! So I need a controller to not get butt fucked right now? Are you fucking kidding me?
I've never gotten butt fucked before. What? I don't see what you see.
I pressed. I must have. Oh my god.
You're just gonna have to exit and restart it.
Oh, fuck this.
I've never done that. It's because you're
That's fucking no. That's fucking horseshit. I don't know what button I pressed to make it.
Yeah, I don't know what you press either.
So what happened there is the Open VR / Steam VR like display view, not your home, but the little menu somehow came up in the headset, and then since we don't have the controllers here because we bought this at $650 rather than $1,000, then I couldn't make it go away. So.
Yeah, that's a first. I've never had that come up. I
Really?
don't know what you, yeah, just restart the entire deal, so you're good. Don't press buttons you're not supposed to, buddy.
Well, when you can't see your fucking keyboard, that's totally a thing. But this, anyways. So this thing is super comfortable. It has an IP. It's way more comfortable than the Reverb. The Reverb is comfortable for sure, but this is like player shit. It has an IPD slider where the Oculus used to have one. At the Reverb, you have to go into software to adjust the IPD. So that's two things that I like more about the Index. The field of view, we talked a little bit about that already, but the field of view is like totally different on these two headsets. Like it's not comparable. It's
the lens adjustment on the Index is one of my favorite parts. Like if we're talking the adjustability of the actual headset, how close you can get the lenses to your eyes. I feel like that helps with the FOV.
all right. 20 minutes later, we'll be doing what we've been trying to do here. If I don't get fucked off by that. Okay, settle down, kitty. So, other reviewers seem to like the color and the contrast better in the Index. And Alex, well, we'll test that today. My opinion right now is actually that I think the Reverb has better contrast, but the Index has like better colors, if that makes any sense.
Come on.
So I'm gonna. So when you run IL2, let me make sure that. So I've got the time just kicked up right here because we don't need to sit around on the ground. We're gonna let this guy do his thing. I'm gonna slow time down to 1. So I'm just trying to see how good like the spot in like the detail and stuff is. And you guys review tuner still? Nice. And it's normal. This low performance like this is totally normal in IL2. It's just super demanding.
See, now that you're flying, though, I feel like the score is a lot worse because you're moving your head now.
Yep. That's why when we benchmark, we bench with, you know what I mean? That'd be a huge variable. All right, I'm going to... I think I have a creative solution for a microphone here. All right. Oh, you guys can probably hear the actual audio getting recorded from the game, though. Because they have these off-ear. All right, so we're just going to fly and do some spotting and just kind of... I mean, you can tell that stuff's all, but we don't have any altitude yet either.
See, but you're still, like, getting frame rate drops all over the place. So I think that playing this game at 80 hertz is where it's at, dude. Because when you're flying like this, moving your head, the benchmark test that you typically run is move because there's no head movement.
Yeah. So Alex is saying that it benches better than it actually performs because you're not moving your head when you're benching, which I would tend to agree with.
Yeah. And moving your head is like half the battle for the freaking.
Okay, so we see some gunfire over here. Let's go see what. Go on emergency power for a second here.
Does it feel choppy to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to figure out a little better microphone situation. I wonder if we should, you know what we could do really quickly? We can take that little magnet off of my old headphones, and then we can just double stick tape it.
Okay, look, dude, look at what Gay Cat's doing right now. Oh my god, dude, Gay Cat's on me. Look at this, look at this.
Go on the camera?
Dude, Gay Cat just climbed on me.
Gay cat. Alex Nelson's getting attacked by. I have a cat that's a homosexual, and he's definitely into Alex Nelson.
Oh, dude, he climbed on top of me. All right, Gay Cat, you gotta get off, bud. All right, Gay Cat, please get off of me. What the fuck is your cat doing, dude? All right, Gay Cat, fuck off. Dude, Jesus Christ, Gay Cat.
All right, so I wanted to start keeping track now that we're kind of up in the air. We're not on the ground. You got a parachute there. Where did this fur ball go? Oh, there it is. So you guys probably can't see what I'm flying at. And see, this is what I mean, and this is why for flight sims, now this thing is locked in at 90 up here, which is nice.
Now with the speeds of moving your head, you lose some.
Yeah, that's true. So with flight sims, again, spotting and resolution is like super critical. It's definitely more important than it is in the sim racing. Alright, so we've got 4 bombers here. We're gonna... Whoa. Did you just walk in front of the thing here? Okay, yeah. So that's another thing, is if you don't have line of sight on your lighthouse, then your screen goes gray, which isn't really a big deal, but it's worth mentioning. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, these guys aren't... Wait, let's try to identify... So identification is another big thing that I should be better at. I think these are friendlies. They're not firing at me. Yeah, they're definitely friendlies. They're Red Star, yeah. Well, that was uneventful. Although there's nothing actually keeping me from just drilling them.
You should just do the quick mission and just freaking launch yourself 4v4 or something like that.
No, it doesn't test. It doesn't push the system hard enough. Oh wait, I'm a kraut. God, I just forgot I was a kraut. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a Ruski. I usually fly as Ruski. I really don't know why these guys gunners didn't open up on me. I also... Maximum bamboozlement, guys. So you can see how much you fly zoomed in IL-2, which is probably weird. How is that, watching it on the stream? Because I've kind of thought about streaming IL-2, and this is basically what it would look like. This constantly snap zooming and like weirdness. It probably looks like shit, I imagine. That's probably not... I kind of thought it probably wouldn't be worth watching, but since this is educational... Oh, how you like me now, boys? Oh, those are definitely Russian.
You get shot at?
I didn't. They don't have gunners or something.
Those are friendlies.
They're not. I'm in a look at. You see the big cross on the wing?
Yeah, I know.
Pretty indicative. Oh, now we're. Uh-huh. All right, boys. You guys ready for another pass here? I don't think that guy's making it back. We'll save the. Oh, dang it. Huge error. It's running pretty damn good right now. What's the average FPS number at, Alex?
90.
Average is 90?
Average is 89.
No, so 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started the benchmark once we're up in the air and like not. And I shouldn't say the benchmark because it's. Oh, now the gunner opens up on me, huh? That was weird how they didn't fight at first. Where the hell did they go? See, and this is. Oh, I just lost tracking again. Looking over my shoulder because the headset camera's lost.
Because the headset knows total immersion. They're like, you could never look behind you like that in a plane like that, you fucking cheater. Fuck you.
I don't know about that. I mean, this run's really nice up here, though, like this. Now that we're actually up in the... But I attack a lot of ground targets, so having better performance than this would be nice. So I would put this on 80. I agree, Alex. I think the optimal setting here is 80.
You're just playing with it locked all the time.
Where? But see, where did these guys go? So there's like huge bombers trailing smoke.
They're in the clouds, maybe?
Why can I not find them? And see, this is like the practical application of the headset. Like that might seem like a stupid topic to people watching, but like, trust me, if you're going to be flying IL-2, like you need to be able to spot fools. I mean, these should be so easy to spot, and I've gotten pretty good at the spotting. Where the hell did they go? There's an airbase down there. You'd think they would have just gone to land as soon as possible the way I lit them up. Ah! I think having the box in the middle would be a lot better.
The tracking box?
Yeah.
That's how I have it.
And you don't have any problems?
No.
Okay, so that's a non-issue, but that's just something to note.
I put it right in front of me and high, not off to one corner.
Right. Yeah, we kind of just slapped it together here. Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't back the throttle down because I'm holding the mic, but that's... All right. Should we run this thing on AC for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm down.
Should we try to super sample it on AC? So I think we should try to super sample it on AC. What do you think of that? Or do you not think that's a good idea?
I don't feel like it's as important.
That's true.
Like, the image is coming by you
What do you guys think?
fast, like...
Oh, God, now we've got people telling me how to set my computer up here. Okay, well, you guys can discuss that all in chat. The CPU is overclocked. It says 5 gigahertz right there in Rivia Tuner. So I don't think producing benchmarks and reviewing these headsets at a greater than 5, overclocked more than that, is going to be valuable for people because, let's be real, there's not very many people running their i900Ks at 5, let alone at over 5. There's probably 1/10 as many people that are over 5 that there are at 5, right, in terms of overclockers. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
I feel like if you bought a K processor, you bought it to overclock generally.
Right, but you probably aren't over 5.
Yeah, probably not over 5. Right at 5,
You're
I would believe.
right.
a lot.
So there's people saying, "Oh, overclock the CPU." The RAM is at 4433 megahertz, so it's tapped out. The motherboard only supports up to 4600, I think. So I'm like right there. And the CPU is already at 5, and it's an i9-900K with a 2080, and it's not a 2080 Ti. It would definitely run better with a 2080
You
Ti.
can just tell that the fucking.
You want to get in the rig and do some sim racing?
Yeah, you want to
Yeah,
see the
I'm
Pro?
I'm lazy. I want to do the whole thing here. You can
Yeah, I want to get in some action with that 289 Cobra at
All right.
Nordschleife.
All right.
Because that was fun.
So how did IL2 look there from in regards to the stream? Like, would that be worth streaming? Is that not worth streaming? What do you guys think? Because I know there's lots of zooming and kind of lots of like looking around, and it probably didn't look super great. Is what I'm thinking here. But I'd be really curious to know.
Hey, check this out. So this is, whenever I have my wheel off, this is the procedure that I do. I screw this
Yeah.
till it's touching.
Yep. That's exactly
But
what I
not
do.
like, okay, I didn't see you do it.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I do.
See, make sure we're on the same page. I also
Yeah.
race with the LED strip down.
We'll turn the Alex Nelson camera on here. Oh wait, I don't have the. All right, we're gonna make an Alex Nelson cam here. Give us 1 second to do that. We're gonna. I'm gonna take us over to Assetto Corsa.
So after this, we'll switch to the reverb.
Yeah, after this, we'll switch to the reverb, and then we'll
run
go.
the same tests that we think are the best, which is
Yeah, so this is
stock resolution at its stock frame rate, which is
Right.
one, and then maybe some super sampling at it and seeing how it marks.
you had a hard time picking up objects in the distance. Yeah,
That's
that's-
the
that's-
downfall.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what we're trying
well,
to.
that
fucking
and so the resolution in the headset is actually like way better than it is on the stream too, because we've got this image
Yeah.
from one eye all stretched out and stuff. So don't think the resolution that you're seeing, and we should cover that when we do this. And see, this is why I'm live streaming this and doing this. So we should cover that in the video too, and say, hey, like it looks a hell of a lot better than this. Like this.
Well, yeah, that's the crappy part about streaming VR is so you gotta sit there and make excuses for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So all right, we got the wheel. You on here? You want to
No,
get
this is
powered up?
fine.
And then we'll. So should we? And so there's no good way to benchmark in Assetto Corsa. So what should we do? Should we do a different, a shorter track maybe?
That's all yours does when it turns on.
Uh-huh.
Just,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What does yours do?
Mine goes. It does like it goes to like 270.
Oh,
and
interesting.
then it comes back.
So Alex Nelson has a DD2 and I have a DD1, and apparently the start procedure is a little different.
I thought they'd be exactly the same.
Yeah,
I wonder if I need to update something.
maybe.
Or maybe you need to update something.
Maybe. All right, so we're gonna have to do a little more screen fiddle faffing about here.
Well, we just need to put it at 190, right?
What?
And
What are you talking about?
For this, the 90 hertz at 100.
It's already there.
Okay, cool.
We'll just.
I do want this cord, not like this. God, dude, the cord on this is just like so much easier to fuck with.
Oh my God! So the worst thing about the reverb is the cable. It's absolutely atrocious. All right, let's get going here. And then once he's on the track, I'm gonna build Alex Nelson cam, and we'll bring that on the stream, just for some yayas. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so well, yeah, you look at a lot of Sky
Hey, is everything
in IL2.
is everything on Assetto and what's it called, IL2 saved onto your? Wow, I'm getting dog shit. Feeling.
It's 90 now.
Okay.
So let me adjust the stream. Oh God, I don't know how I'm gonna stream with these new headsets. I really need to.
I don't have pedals or gas or nothing. Failed me for the last time.
All right, we have verified the cable. How did it look once I started getting close to those bombers? Could you see me approaching them, or did they just all of a sudden kind of like it's like they were there? All right.
You know what's funny is I feel like we play with the headset on like the same.
Yeah,
exact
makes sense,
settings.
Grim.
Like,
Say again.
Like what we prefer, like for the settings of our face, because we're not dumb Cro-Magnums who just discovered fire like 28 minutes ago. we are.
I hope people can hear what you're saying.
What?
I hope people can hear you on the stream. Yeah. 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 All right. We're going to make the stream look a little different here too, guys.
I feel like something's not quite right with the HUD or like, you know, never mind.
It's not right with the HUD because, yes, don't
No,
worry about it. Ignore it. It's just, it is what it is. That's a streaming thing that's not even worth...
I don't think I got any control over it.
What?
Nope, nothing. I think we need to turn off the wheel and exit content manager, turn off the wheel. Restart.
I got L drive. Sim racing.
Well, it's just kind of hard when you're plugging shit back and forth without turning off the computer at all. Like,
yeah, no, that's true. We're going from a flight rig to a driving rig and like back again. All right, I'm gonna put this over here.
Open up Content Manager first. I always open up Content Manager before I turn on my wheel.
It doesn't run if I don't have the wheel on first. It doesn't work on mine.
What the?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I
make sure to run Content Manager and then turn on my wheel.
So if you're in chat, what do you do first when you start up your wheel? Right. So I have to turn the wheel on and then start Content Manager, or it does what it just did to you?
Well, yeah, mine will have no controls, or it'll have like no pedals, but it'll have steering input. Like something will be glitched.
That's so funny.
I think it's just like a Content Manager stability thing. Like
maybe
it's just some Russian guy making a fucking
some greasy Ruski.
Yeah.
So
like,
are we good?
Yeah,
we Gucci?
like
Pedals?
Yeah.
Give me a pedal.
Yeah,
all right.
We're good. I have to get used to your fucking brake pedal all over again. I swear, your brake pedal is. It's hard to tell. I just don't know what it is. I feel like your brake pedal. I almost have mine a little bit softer than yours.
Yeah, because you're a bitch.
Well, just but like, not as much travel on mine. It's weird.
Yeah, well, that's what you get.
Fuck off. I do have kind of a pussy left foot or right foot, I should say.
All right, I know it looks goofy on the stream right now, guys. Give me a second. This is.
Do you have control? What's going on? Who's got control?
Hold on. Stop. All right, you're driving now, buddy.
All right. Hopefully it works this time,
Bye.
Oh,
There we go. God, I need to stretch it a little bit.
I wish your shakers were on.
Yeah, you like the bass shakers, huh?
I'll try to race this AI as cleanly as possible.
All right. I think we're. All right, let me set up the Alex Nelson camera.
Oh, whoa. Oh, not that. Is that a T-Bow? That poor guy. He's probably having such a hard time driving my car today.
Pasty bastard.
That T-Bow is so fun. Oh, it's a Jaguar.
Yeah, it's a D-type.
They kind of look like the T-Bows in a way, those high wheel arches.
Do.
Oh my gosh, we're going through this together. Oh, you are a greasy fucking... What a greasy bastard. We got a wreck.
Oh no, you bend it, huh?
Well, dude, that AI guy fucking...
Did he hammer you?
Yeah, I'll catch him. Goddamn, get some grass.
Catch him and touch him in his mouth. Mm-hmm.
The wheel isn't on old car mode, I think. Feels too light. Like the 30 damp.
Yeah, we'll have to see. This thing is running pretty good. How did it run at the start of the race? Should we do ultimate stress test and see how many cars we can run and just have it be at 92?
I don't think it's gonna be very much more than this.
Well, it might be fun to test though, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Ruby a tuner playing?
Yeah, Rivia tuner's on. I'm gonna adjust it. I know it's hard to.
Catch up to all these guys so I can freaking race in a pack because that's what matters.
Yeah, should we pick a? Yeah, this is literally the.
I'm gonna catch them here pretty quick. There they are.
Yeah, this is a stupid track to be doing this on.
Actually really good one. Behind literally every single one. One of the harder tracks that run well in the
All right.
Oh, don't go over there. I'm a little bit more confident in my driving abilities yesterday. Pretty stoned.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah, we had quite the little outing yesterday, didn't we? All right.
Oh, damn it. That's really problem. I've been having problems with that all day over here, but these cars, I broke my golden rule right there. Don't look over the damn wheel. Oh, that was pretty good.
All right. So let's try to like push this thing. Oh, you're all right. You're catching up. All right.
I can't believe your brackets, your rig is not held together by brackets.
Yeah, it's all just solid mounted to itself.
Was it cheaper to buy without the brackets?
Yeah. My 80/20 rig with that chair was $750. It's probably half what you paid for yours, about, huh? Maybe 500 less.
Yeah, I think I paid about $1,100 for the P1.
Mm-hmm.
Not includes the shipping and everything.
Oh, I'm gonna try to make Rivia tuner a little bit bigger. So sorry if this.
Oh, we touched each other. Oh, my bad. You poor TVR. I love those cars.
All right. So everyone, if you just came into the stream, first of all, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you guys could click the like button for us. I know every YouTuber constantly asks about that, but that's the way YouTube works. You've probably never seen people testing an HP Reverb in a Valve Index live back-to-back, answering questions, interacting with you guys. So really appreciate that. Got me right here, kind of. Oh, good. Hey. So you got me here kind of driving the stream a little bit, and then we got Alex here's driving. I was doing some flying earlier. We did a lot of pre-testing last night, and we're just kind of getting ready to make our final thoughts. But we'll make Rivia tuner a little bigger here too, so you guys can see stats.
God damn it, Nelson. Here, I'll top him, help him out.
Why are you such trash?
It's just hard to. I'm like, I wish the AI was a little bit faster. They are fucking freaking like.
Well, we can turn them up for sure.
It's okay. I just need to learn how to pass. Not what the fuck is it?
Maybe I'll make this camera a little. Back this off. There we go. I mean, so you can see the performance here is like really good in AC. Our average frames are 89, and this is with 24 cars in the rig. So the reason I wanted to make this video is I don't feel like anyone did a good job of it on YouTube, like fully putting these two headsets up against each other and then like hammering the PC. Like people were reviewing the HP Reverb or the Index with like one car on the track, saying, "Oh, it runs at 90 hertz." It's like, yeah, who gives? Like, that's not a test. Like, we're over here, we're gonna beat the piss out of this thing until it doesn't run at 90. We're gonna just keep adding cars. We're gonna turn up some graphics, because I think we have room to turn up. Kit, we're gonna get turnt, I guess. Click like now if you want to get turnt in chat. Speaking of getting turnt, I'm gonna go get a beer. What do you think of that? It's a bold statement right there, Alex Nelson. All right, would you like a tasty beverage, or are you the... All right, I'll get you a tasty beverage. Oh, can't eat, save it. Hey, here's another question. Do you like the D? As in the D-shaped rim? Because I'm not a fan. Yeah. Come on down, Boosted Stig.
Boosted Stig doesn't even fucking race.
Oh.
Well, what does he know about rims?
Oh, huge error. Oh, jeez. Everyone type F in chat. I'm going to be back in just a second, guys. Good job, Alex Nelson.
Exactly extended gearing. Huge electro. Oh my god, why do they go so slow? Get out of the way, dude. Holy shit, you are fucking slow as fuck.
All right. Should we... Let's... you're just driving around by yourself like an idiot right now.
Yeah, but it's fun. Here, you want to shred?
No, I don't want to drive. I want to actually push the computer and, like, kick up the cars and, like, see... Like, let's...
I'm ready to shred, though. This lap's gonna be cool.
Oh, my God.
That almost broke my fucking pinky. I ripped my pinky backwards when I did that save. I want to pull the fattest drip ever known to man.
Well, we all know that you're used to pulling the fattest chicks ever known to man, so, I mean... Alright, I'm put you in the beer holder. Beauty is in the eye of the beer holder, as they say. Shut up.
We should do the 100 strain challenge, dude.
Should we do 100% force feedback
It's just
challenge?
always fun to do, and it's really just...
Well, if someone subscribes, we'll do 100% force feedback challenge.
It's just funny doing like that one lap at 100. Just watching people's faces.
Yes. So Grim, the best practice is to use silicone-based grease. Do not use any type of spray. Do not use silicone spray. Use silicone-based grease. That being said, I just used the lithium grease from Fanatec. So here's why the silicone grease is better. Because lithium grease is known to be a little harsh on like rubber and plastic and stuff like that. And there's hardly any of that on the shaft for the 2.5 and the CSL. So I was comfortable using lithium grease on there. But on a DD, I definitely would recommend getting silicone-based grease and using that. I'm going to test my widget here. Oh, wait, wrong.
Oh my god, the AI brakes so early, it's so annoying. Dude, what are you hitting your fucking brakes for?
Hey, where's the audio on my damn widget? My widget. Wonder if it's gotten winkled.
Oh, God. That was just a grip. This race sure is a fun race. It's just fun going up against the...
I was thinking of doing a series of videos on how to just make like really good single player races. Wow, it looks like it's not running smooth on the stream for some reason, which is kind of funny. It gets really choppy on the stream, even though it's locked at 90. It looks way shittier than my other VR live streams.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
It definitely looks like it's just in 45. It looks way worse on the stream than it does on the actual screen here. I wonder if that's because I'm also recording at the same time. I wonder if I'm pushing the streaming PC a little too hard here. That's what's happening. Yeah, no, it definitely looks see, the reason it looks bouncy is because it's not holding 60. And this is why performance, and this is why when I said like 5 FPS average makes a big difference in VR, because it has to be at 90 for it to be smooth for you in the headset when you're looking all around and stuff like that.
Known to the audience that right now it is running.
No, you can see Rivia Tuner's on. They can see it's holding 90 for sure. I think I'm actually pushing the media PC too hard here. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop.
The AI just merged.
Let me stop recording here. Okay, so we're still live.
He was sick of me.
All right. Well, let's push the computer here, and let's just do one last stress test on the index, and then we'll switch over to the reverb. How's that sound? Yeah, it's still running like garbage. Let me just check the stream settings here real quick as well.
Here, just exit out of this.
Dude, my media PC is faster than the PC you just built, Boosted Stig. So how you like me now? Oh, computer slam. For real though, I have an 8700 and a 1070 in the media PC. So, yeah. Yeah. 1070 isn't super dope by today's standards, but I mean,
Got the job done with the Oculus Rift.
got the job done. So my bit rates. So, this is all the same. This kind of. I wonder if it's got something to do with how stretched it is. Anyways, all right, here. Why don't you go put on a track? Let's try. Should we? We know it's not gonna run. Should we try a 32 car grid? You think that's?
We're at 100 and 100, right?
Huh?
We're at 100 and 100, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like 100 resolution, 100 resolution on both.
Yes. There's no super sampling right now. It's just base sampling. I have a good GT3 race set up for this. You want to do that? If you just go to, yeah, it's one of the presets. It's called, yeah, GT3. Yeah, maybe that one. And just change the track.
Yeah, that's not exactly backwards, bro.
How many cars can you put on Bathurst? More than 24?
I think so.
I don't know which version I did. That might be a janky one. I don't really drive that car. Just take the Porsche. Quit fucking around the menu.
No. Where's the goddamn? I just wanted the Z.
It's the Z3. There you go. There you go. Hold on. Yeah, put it to 24. Or however many it goes to. Ooh. Should we go to 30? Let's just go to... I don't think it'll run at 36 for sure. I think 32.
Run 30. But I don't think it'll run 30.
You don't think it'll do 30? Just because your whack-ass computer won't... It's on stock clocks, boosted SIG. It's not a K version. It's an 80. So my media PC, it used to be my gaming PC. It was an Alienware. And then the motherboard took a crap, so I rebuilt it. So it was a non-K version. Because that's back when I didn't know how demanding VR was. And I was like, brr, derp. And now I'm like, overclock everything. Punch people in their mouth. Yeah, we're still locked in here. Let's add more. Let's add cars.
I wanted to see how it ran when everything was new.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
You got a beverage right here too. Don't forget your beverage. But there it is. You're up. I mean, this is just locked in at 90 too.
I want to let a couple cars by me. So now this should be a little bit more demanding with more cars all over the place.
It's just weird that the stream isn't smooth right now. I don't know, because it's smooth on my monitor. There's something going on with the stream. Yeah, Red Bull Ring is a good one to test on. That's the recommended benchmarking track. That's the... All right, this runs too good. Let's make it harder.
Oh,
All right. Oh. Once we get through the dip up here, where sometimes the frames drop, if this holds 90, we're gonna actually let's turn up post processing. God, why is the stream? This is really aggravating me that the stream isn't running smooth right now. It would look better using the capture window. If anyone's watched any of my other VR live streams, I think it's a Zagato, an Aston Martin. All right, we're gonna, yeah.
We were about to get to a crazy part where you're either gonna die or we're gonna be okay.
Shut up.
Fuck. That was like gonna be the most exciting part of the race right there, and you just turned it off. Fuck.
It's not about the race, man. Jeez. Settings. Such a noob.
Boring stream.
Boring stream.
wanted to see
Overall call to
action.
all right, let's see what happens now. I know that doesn't seem like a big change, but in my experience going,
How many cars do you put on? 36.
we're going to leave it on 30, because I think it's going to probably struggle with post-processing turned up in 30 cars, but maybe not.
What did you turn it up to?
High.
What was that before? Low?
Low.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in this myself.
Oh, you've got it at 4th. Hey, good for you for overclocking it, man. That's awesome. No, I mean, yeah, I think you're going to have a little trouble running IL2. I hate to say it. Boosted.
I think that he'll be fine.
But,
Is
yeah.
Is this thing a Rift S?
Yeah, what headset do you have? Here, hold on, look. Is this still just going to be locked in? So, you know what's crazy? So, there's some kind of efficiency. We were freaking out about this last night. There's some kind of efficiency that's happening with these headsets, too. Because when I was running my pixel density, or my pixel density in Assetto Corsa at 150, I could never run 30 cars with post-processing on high. It would run like crap. And this higher resolution headset is outperforming. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. It's literally, it's pushing more pixels and it's more efficient right now than my CV1. So that's interesting. And I feel like the reverb is the same. It also seems to have this like miraculous efficiency. God, the stream looks so choppy. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Uh, I don't know what's. I don't know why it looks. It looks so bad. This stream looks so terrible right now in terms of smoothness. It's just absolutely poop.
Yeah.
It looked a lot better. It's weird when I was. I don't know. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the streaming settings previously, and then I went back to what I was doing before. And luckily, I took notes. All right, this just runs. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Rat not allowed to spin in his wheel.
Yeah. Let's start you in like the back too. Just. All right. Yeah. So the bottom line is that if you have a really good computer, you can
What I want to see real quick.
What's that? What do you want to see real quick, Alex
I want
Nelson?
to see post-processing on low like you normally do it, and put it on either night racing with 23 cars or rain racing with 23 cars.
Okay, we can do that.
I want to see how much you can actually push it before it's like, fuck you, ASW, everything. Fuck
Okay, now we're starting to see. Well, it's back. Is this thing just gonna run it? No, it is. It's just gonna do its thing. Look,
36
look,
cars.
look left. Yeah, it does. Is it just gonna be like, wow, crazy? Yeah, we'll do this same race. We'll put it at night. Samsung Odyssey. Right on. Windows mixed reality is not so bad. I don't know why everyone is so like butthurt about that.
A little bit off center. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're losing a little bit of frame. It's right there, but
Okay, yeah, it looked like it did too. Here, center. Look centered right now.
it's a little bit off, but it's okay. Oh. Now press it again. Check them out.
What's going on with this? It's driving me bonkers right now that the stream is not like smoother.
Oh, this is bad. Well, the fact that I'm like holding 90 right here with a fucking
Yeah, you should.
full car,
I know.
like,
You should.
get chopped.
Yeah, this thing just like. Should we super sample it?
No.
I think
wanna
we.
run it in the rain and
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, it would have been hurting for a squirting back there, if it was gonna be like. "Ah."
You know what? Honestly, you can also run it by yourself. Like if you're just practicing for SRS or doing whatever, you can run it at 120. I'm not the biggest fan of switching it back and forth, but
That's true.
because I don't like to like have my eyes. I like to have my eyes think one image is sweet, not one image.
Yeah.
is better.
Well, it's amazing. When I put the headset on last night and was just looking around in IL2 in the menu at 144, it was incredibly more smooth than 90. Like
Oh, this isn't gonna.
Oh.
Get centered up.
Oh, super duper ASW. Well, let's just hold on.
Yeah, I just want to see what happens when the field separates a little bit. But this
Oh,
is with
fair enough.
36 cars, right?
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
Yeah, dude, there was no way.
Look
There was
up.
No way.
Look up to the left. You don't think so?
No. Run it with 23.
All right.
Yeah, run it with 23.
So nighttime. Actually, let's do this. Let's.
Yeah, put it on low.
Yeah.
And run it at 23.
We're gonna try it like this
No,
first.
23, dude.
Let's
Dude,
see what
there's no way.
it takes.
There's
Let's
no
see.
fucking
Let's see
way.
what happens. How are you gonna know unless you try, man?
No way. If it does.
Samsung Odyssey,
make
which
it better.
for the you mean this stream? Yeah, this stream is not about the Odyssey. It's about being dumb.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah. Shoot my head back and forth. Did my second ASW.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
You know what? ASW actually doesn't look bad if you don't move your head that slow or that fast. It's when you start speeding up head movements and stuff. It's
Mhm.
like the image like blurs really badly.
All right,
the same
this
test.
is 24 cars at night. So yeah, so actually the way this is performing at night, I wouldn't want to super sample it either if you're planning on doing night, which we're totally doing. So I think we're not. I think we're not gonna. You're just not gonna recommend super
Yeah,
sampling.
it's hard to like games like R Factor though and iRacing that have nighttime built into them. See, I still feel like I'm in racing.
You are. That's kind of interesting. What's up? It's like
Yeah,
they.
why don't you start the race real quick?
All right.
Just let the fields
Yep.
spread out just a little bit.
Yep. It's like they got a beef with Jersey.
Right. I don't like how you can shift it off the start. You should turn that fucking on.
Can you turn that on?
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's the jump start.
Hmm. Looks like your ASW is just.
Yeah, I can feel it. I just want to see, when we start spreading out. How many cars can pass that?
All right, now, not that many.
Like 10?
No,
11?
I think it's around maybe 12. Are your lights on?
Oh, my lights are not on. I thought they were.
So now, but now you're up at 90.
Yeah,
Let's see, but you might, you know what? You'll probably dip coming back down through the other
I
section
feel
though.
like it's dipping already.
It is, yeah. You're an ASW. Okay, so interesting.
Like, I'll tell you when I feel like
No, we it's on Rivia Tuner. We can,
it's like,
in terms of you being able to tell though.
it's
Yeah,
kinda
it's an
dipping.
ASW right now.
It's like acceptable though. The ASW is acceptable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it don't look super smooth. Like, now it feels like it's kind of hopping back and forth.
It was hopping back and forth. You know what we should do? Let's benchmark the start of this race, and we'll benchmark the same exact thing with the reverb too, because this is a testing it. You're in and out of ASW. It's
My one big thing about doing this test though is this mod is never been like super optimized. I feel like
but this is how we play a Soto Corsa though. Like this is a user, we're gonna be driving Bathurst at night with 24 cars. Like we finna do that. So true, it's not optimized, but that's the life that we're living, that YOLO shaders patch soul life. Are you guys in chat? Are you guys more interested in seeing us test on IL2 Sturmovik and do benchmarking first? Or are you more interested in seeing us just go into Assetto Corsa with the reverb and again testing performance and just giving some thoughts there? What do you guys want to see? We'll do what you guys want. Yeah, this thing is a struggle-o, dude. You're down at ASW again here. Maximum struggle-o.
yeah, that's just the deal with nighttime.
But see, with the... Well, we'll see. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know, one thing I want to try? Hold on. I'm going to turn off Rivia Tuner.
Like all the cars are close.
We're going to... Okay, let's... So, can you pull up render stats so it's like...
There.
Can you pull it up so it's right, like, in the middle, like, so it's annoyingly in the way? Yeah. And you can't make that bigger, huh?
I don't think so.
All right. I'm just curious to see. I wonder if Rivia Tuner is impacting performance, because I feel like when I did this test with the reverb, that it ran a lot better than that just did, but I didn't have Rivia Tuner on, which definitely does use some resources. So let's just do a quick Rivia Tuner off test here and see what shakes loose. Oh, wait. Now Rivia Tuner came back. What? What?
I have to end it. Yeah.
I did that already, but... Restart. So I know you guys can't see the frame rate stuff, but
Again, it's locked.
is it still? It does.
It's always gonna be like this.
All right, interesting. I kind of want to plug in the reverb. All right, we'll do the reverb and AC after this. So it doesn't look like Rivia Tuner. It wasn't a Rivia Tuner thing because this is an ASW here.
I feel like yours is always gonna get these
Well,
results.
so my recollection is that the reverb ran better than this is running right now in terms of frame rates at the start of the race at night. But we're about to test that. That's the beauty of what we're doing right here. The reverb is 2160 by 2160 per eye, and the index is 1600 by 1440 per eye. And so just the cliff notes. So in our testing so far, here's kind of the cliff notes. So the valve index is better in every single way except for the resolution is it's much better. It's much better on the reverb than the index is.
Yeah, it's a good amount. It's noted very.
It's super noticeable. Yeah. What else? And the weight. And I know weight doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're in a flight sim and you're snapping your head around, weight actually really matters. And you can, so you don't feel the reverb moving on your face at all. But when you move your head quickly with the index, it's so heavy it actually gets like inertia and moves around. So those are the two positives that the reverb has, but everything else the index wins. Comfort, adjustability, the field of view is way better on the index. What else? The sound is comparable on both. It's really great.
The damn cable.
Oh God, the cable. Oh, good call. The cable is. I'll get the.
Might be one of the worst design features I've ever seen.
Yeah. So hey, so Hewlett Packard makes this amazing headset. Look how beef the cable is. It's 2 freaking ply and it's firm. Like look how much. Like it's not. Here, maybe this is a better camera. It's like not floppy. Oh, let's put it in Alex's mouth. Let's just yeah, take the cable, bro. Yeah, it's not supple enough. It's like really so the cable is so bad on the reverb that I could see certain people saying it's a deal breaker. Hey, is this running better than it was?
I mean, the cars are a little spread out.
Let's run it one more time. Can we restart it and run it one more time? I want to. That this is important. This is like a really important. All right, and Rivia Tuner is back on again.
It's just gonna suck for a lap and a half.
Let me just. All right, look up and left. All right. So again, I know we turned off Rivia Tuner because we're just trying to. Does it have to be that? Yeah, that's a good Adam. It's a good question. I don't know why it's well. So here's the other funny thing, Adam. I'll show you something else that's like doesn't make a lick of sense because that's a great question. So this is the cable that comes off the back of the headset. It's just a single cable. So like if this is like 6 feet longer and then goes into the crazy double dongle cable, then it's like problem solved. But it's got this big connector. And even this cable is more firm and less supple than the index or the Rift. So like this is a big deal. Good question though, Adam. So the screen door, the screen door effect was way worse on the index than I was expecting because other reviewers perhaps are accustomed to a CV1 where it's like way better than a CV1, but it's way worse than the reverb. And that's just got to do with the panels and the resolution. The resolution.
Let's just say this though, if you're coming from a CV1 though, and you go to the index, you're like, this is fucking sweet.
Yeah, exactly. The step up from an index, from a CV1 to an index, the screen, yeah, it's a massive upgrade. They're both really good headsets, and that's and like I wish this was. Oh man, you got raped. It's still. I don't think Rivia Tuner really affects our performance too much. You're still kind of getting shitty frame rates.
Watch, I bet you it's going to be almost 90 to the start-finish rate. The start-finish rate is super
Yeah. Yeah, the start-finish rate will be a good frame rate.
It's always a
Yeah, test. Fam. God, the stream looks so choppy. This is so I'm like not going to be able to stream in VR anymore. I don't know how I'm going to fix this because I'm not going to stream at 45 FPS, which looks better than this does. but way worse than my streams usually look, because usually back when I was on the CB1, it was just locked in at 60 for the viewers, and it was a super good looking VR stream. All right, let's see what happens here and all the lights and the track details. No, you're locked in on 90. But you're. Oh, really? Do one more lap. Give it a good old bash here, and we'll hook up the reverb. So Windows Mixed Reality isn't that bad. I don't know why everyone's acting like Windows Mixed Reality is clunky and terrible. Once you install Windows Mixed Reality for Steam VR, you don't even use it. You use Steam. It's just like Steam. The one thing you have to do is you have to click the Windows Y button to make it so you can use your mouse on the screen rather than the hand controllers. But there's a quick file you just download from Microsoft and then run it. And then it makes that problem. It changes it. So it works where you can just use the keyboard. You don't have to faff about that anymore. So we'll include that in the video. But I don't know why everyone's worked up about Windows Mixed Reality, because you never use the software once you have it integrated into Steam. So that's like a non-issue. Yeah, so so let me collect myself here. So we were comparing the two headsets. I mean, so basically I think it comes down, so this is like spoiler. I think this is what I think the conclusion we're going to come to in the video, unless something changes with a little bit more testing, which we've already probably done. At this point, we've already got 10 hours of testing, and at least just me on this alone in the last 2 days. So this looks like it's running pretty good. Did you hold 90 all the way through there? All right, let's turn Review Tuner back on. Oh, let's close this too. That uses some. All right, so now we can see the frames again. No, yeah, no, that's not a thing, Tony. Because I'm sitting here looking at my monitor, and it looks smooth. It's 60 frames. The gameplay is 60 frames on my monitor right now, and meaning it should be in 60 frames on the stream. But it's definitely choppy, and the stream is not running good right now. So I don't know what's like that Liqua Moly sign that just looked choppy going overhead was smooth on my monitor. So I've been playing around with a lot of my settings, trying to figure out the streaming.
But I think the lighting isn't
Yeah.
it's
Right. I don't think Review Tuner really impacts your performance hardly at all. Smacking. Are you looking at ham?
trying to find a sunrise.
Ham. Yeah, park on the top of Mount Panorama, bro.
Hopefully it'll be around.
Yeah, I think I maybe have my encoder set, but I didn't change the encoder settings. Well, no, I did because I tried NVENC. So, anyways, yeah, I'll have to check my. But this is not like a, hey, watch me have a really smooth VR stream. Like, this is like an informational thing, so I'm a little less concerned. But again, if you're watching, I would never actually like stream for you guys like real racing and like gameplay, like with it being this choppy. I would just never. I would just.
Way better for that type shit.
Yeah, for streaming I mean, it was easy for me to stream in VR relatively, with the Oculus for sure. Do you want to buy a Hey, this guy's trying to sell a Pokemon card, dude. You know that you're down. You're down AF with.
This sunrise, dude. This is like the picture on my fucking.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
I bet you that could probably take for some. Oh.
Whoa. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Get hammered on, buddy. Get hammered on. All right. Should we plug in the reverb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, drifting.
Remember to, if you're enjoying the stream and finding it informational, I know it's not running smooth right now. We'll mess with our encoder settings and smooth it up when I start streaming again. This guy selling Pokemon cards. I think you're barking up the wrong tree to sell Pokemon cards. I think everybody here is like legitimate car nerds in real life, and definitely VR nerds, you know, in the PC world. So I don't know if there's a lot of hot dog Pokemon dudes chilling in the cut here.
I gave him $1.
All right, here. Why don't you pull over and move render stats back to where it was before, and then we'll plug in the reverb. So we've got two PC. We're streaming on two PCs here. And yeah, we're gonna plug in the reverb. And we'll plug in the reverb, and then we'll just go right into Assetto Corsa.
Plug in the return. Oh.
All right, you want to tidy up. Yeah, you're gonna have to take it out of the display port in the back too, because I need that display port because I'm running it maxed out on everything right now.
Oh, Jesus. Out of the back of the
Yeah, if you came into a stream to sell Pokemon cards, this is the wrong stream. This is not a we sell Pokemon cards stream here. That's not what we do.
Let's see here. You need it out of the actual backpack?
Yeah, out of the video card. What do you think? What do you think this is, man?
I just don't want to. You should show everyone at home how bad your fucking cable management.
My cable management. Oh. Yeah, my cable management is pretty rough, but it's because I'm still changing stuff. You don't do your cable management until you're like done, like more or less done with like.
Take the power off of it too.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, take it. We're just gonna take a couple minutes just to get set up here. I can't believe that guy. That guy's like, okay, off to another stream. I couldn't sell my Pokemon cards here. Like, does he maybe think there's people with a bunch of money watching this stream? Because,
That's definitely a strategy.
I mean, that's probably what that guy was doing. He was next level strats. I mean, if you're a VR nerd, like, let's be real, you've probably got some disposable income because this is not a cheap way to do the thing. This should just take a couple of minutes here, guys. This cable just feels like crap, even like this. I hate this cable. Like, I want to take a dump on this cable.
Yeah, the cable is stupid. Stupid.
It's the worst cable ever. Like, HP, how did they make this crazy headset? All right. And then, to make it even worse, you have to add this little chingadera onto the back of the headset to keep the clip in place. So the cable, the low part of the reverb, the two, I think, worst parts are the cable, like I've been ranting about for like 18 trillion hours, and then the FOV. The FOV is super impressive on the index coming from the reverb. Okay. Let's see if this thing is going to just work switching back and forth here. I'm going to turn off this cam because I'm going to just be standing in front of it and people will be like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's standing in front of his camera. This shit is not easy. Like, doing this. Alright. Steam. That's funny. So we go to test the reverb and like half the people leave watching the stream. I find that a little interesting. VR. Yeah, Windows Mixed Reality is working. Start Steam VR. Next video in the VR series is going to be trying to run on integrated graphics. The Pokemon crowd. Oh, Adam nailed it. Oh, Adam's another guy from California too. We're discovering. Oh, let me hit that, you fucking guy. You should go buy me some fucking.
Oh, don't. You shouldn't take nothing out. My thing's kind of fucked up. Sometimes it won't.
Go buy some smokes. You should like legit run to the store and do that. I'm not joking.
No.
You smoked all my cigarettes. Go do that.
I smoked like 4.
I know. Go seriously. Go to the store.
Fuck you.
I'm not joking.
I'm not joking.
You're not gonna go to the store and fucking get a pack of smokes, really? Come on, the store. It's literally It's 5 minutes from here. Not even. You just drive down the street that way and turn right at the big light.
And then you'll see it.
Yeah, it's just like a come and go. It's right next to the Chevron. Do it. Do it. Do it.
God damn you! I don't want to.
You can drive Daryl.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to drive Daryl?
No. You don't need it. It's bad for you anyways.
No. So why can't I get into my... Okay, settings. So we're just going to check out our super sampling and all this madness and make sure that... Well, no, ACC, yeah, good luck running that. That seems a little bit turnt.
Well, you know, we didn't really test it, and I just don't want to. It's just like something about that game I don't really care for.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. It's not even worth talking about. Alright, so this is as close to native resolution as we can get. You get, like, yeah. Man, it's tough. It's tough in the streets as a Pokemon streamer. Seriously, go to the store.
Fuck you.
Oh my god, you're such a dick.
I want to see what you're setting up on this real quick.
I'm just testing out the super sampling.
No, I just want to see. Go to the numbers real quick that you're putting it at.
Well, so what I'm doing is I'm matching these numbers to the native resolution of the headset because we didn't super sample the index and we definitely don't want to super sample the reverb because it's already
Is that the
No.
absolute numbers?
No, so you have to turn this down too. And I had to do this before as well. And you can't even hit, so you turn it down to 82% is the closest you can. Actually, but that has that eye that's under rendered, so maybe we'll kick it up.
So Steam VR knows
So
that you're
84.
using an HP Reverb, right?
It does now because I have Windows Mixed Reality for Steam VR running, so it does know that.
Why don't you just run it at these default settings? Because isn't that basically like recommended, almost?
We can try. I think when I was first testing it, I think I tried it at 100, and it ran like crap because it was super sampling the reverb.
Yeah.
But we'll test that. We'll do that. That's a good thing to test. But my recollection.
All right, I'll see you in a few.
Thank you. Like I said, it's a come and go. It's like literally right next door to the Chevron. Yeah, so if you go out of the suburbs here and hang a left at the big light, that's Sonoma Mountain Parkway.
Yeah.
And then you take a right on Washington Street, and then the liquor store's right there. Important stuff getting done here. Okay, we've got our resolution sorted out here. Let's see what it do with Assetto Corsa. I think I shouldn't even say this. I think this is gonna, like, as they say, just work. God, I should not have said that. Now it's definitely gonna just like break. I'm not undersampling Jim Bob. I'm using Steam VR Beta, which is wonky with the Windows Mixed Reality headset. So I was actually setting the resolution per eye to as close as you can get the native resolution of the headset. So it does look like I'm undersampling, but it's not. I know that that's weird. We're gonna set those sliders to 100 after this. That's gonna be the next thing we test. So, all right. Now let me turn this monitor so I can look at chat. And again, usually when I would stream in VR, it would run much smoother than this, and I would have chat going, and it would be a totally different thing for you guys as viewers. But this is not like a sim racing VR live stream at all. I don't have that stuff all totally sorted out yet. So please, I hate to say this, but don't judge the stream quality based on what you're about to see. This is all about testing here. It's not all about I have a nice looking VR stream. All right. Yeah, the cameras look like junk. But again, this is the heavy lift here is not the streaming. The heavy lift here is having two of these amazing headsets in one place. So we're just going to run the same exact deal here. Luckily, I have a microphone clip so I can put my mod mic on this headset. So, yep, everything here looks good. Boy. Man, the lack of screen door effect is super noticeable after coming off of the index. And the resolution. Now, and see, I'm fiddling with this fucking cable. So what I do with VR cables is I pinch them under my right shoulder blade and then give them some slack. Oh my god, I hate this cable. Oh, this headset also feels like ridiculously light. Oh, the field of view is so different. Well, I'm definitely in ASW right now. It probably looks really choppy on the stream, which is... that's what ASW does. But it's to be expected at the start of a race. Okay, now I'm almost at 90 here. I imagine Rivia Tuner is still on. Let me just verify that. Yeah. What's this button for headlights? Okay. So we're holding 90 though now, as you guys can see. And I mean the clarity is next level compared to the index. But the FOV is next level. On the index it's way better than the reverb. So I guess, so like what's the point? Dropping some frames there. Yeah, so just based on how clear this looks and how it performs right now, I am not going to put this on 100% and essentially oversample it in Steam VR. It would perform significantly worse. When Alex gets back, we'll have him try it out, test it out. Jesus Christ, AI. Look at this idiot. What are you doing, bro? Settle down, which AI can. I mean, we're locked in at 90 though here. Let's see what happens when we go by the grandstands. And the details and the resolution. This is a really hard choice. This is like, I hate to say it, but my conclusion, I think, is if you're a flight sim guy, you get the reverb. If you're a sim racer, you get the index. But like, what if you do both? Like, do you buy both headsets? This thing seems to be performing better right now. The shifters are super. Alex brought over his wheel rim, and the shifters are super loud. These magnetic shifters, they feel freaking great though. Can I go around the outside? No, of course not. Fucking bump. Damn, it's holding 90 all through here. This is a really demanding part of the track. Wow, I can't believe. It seems like this performs This is performing, I think it's performing better in terms of frame rate. God fucking damn it. Oh, I hate the AI. Frustrating. So yeah, there's way less screen door effect, like way less. It shows the pre-warp image resolution in Steam, which is typically 1.4. Yeah, so it's kind of saying, hey, you have a good computer and you should be running your base resolution at over 100. So then it makes that over 100 the new 100. So then it looks like you're downsampling. I think that's what you're saying there, Adam. I think that makes sense. Yeah, so Jim Bob, the screen door effect is still totally there. What do you think, Adam? And I'm not trying to crap on the index at all because it's better in every single way except for the weight and the image clarity and the screen door. But what do you think, Adam? I mean, there's definitely, I can still definitely see the screen door effect. And I would say it's, if, let's play it like this. Let me get So if the Oculus CV1 on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best for screen door effect, let's say that an Oculus CV1 is a 1 because there's a shitload of screen door effect and it's like you just like learn to live with it and like kind of get past it like mentally, which is totally possible. And the CV1 is still a great VR headset and I really loved my CV1. And I still would recommend the CV1 for sure. If someone is looking to get into VR or maybe doesn't have a super hot rod computer, that's a good way to go. So in terms of screen door, if the CV1 is a 1 out of 10, meaning it's at the poorest rating, then I think the honestly, I think the Valve Index is like a 5 out of 10. And then I think the reverb is a 10 out of 10, right? So there's probably the screen door effect is easily twice as noticeable. I mean, it's a lot. It's seeing, this is why it's hard. And so I would, and taking pictures through the lens is really hard too. And there's some people that have done that. Oh, you know what I should show you? Yeah, that clarity image. I'll do that in the other. There's some pictures that some other people have taken that I really found valuable. But I'll do those in my actual like concise video. That's not just a long rambling shitty live stream about this topic. So yeah, the screen door effect is way more noticeable in the index. It is, I mean, you can see it in the reverb, but it's very, very, very minimal. Like very, very minimal. Whereas it's still totally there. Yeah, and you know what, Adam, I think that's a good place to be. In like so many things in life, because here's where I'm at. Like, I want both. I want a headset that is basically in the index, but with the resolution and clarity of the reverb. And hopefully we're not too far away from that, because once we get there, it'll be pretty sweet. While I'm just rambling, I'm just going to do a quick IL2 benchmark while we're waiting on Alex. It sure seems like it runs better, too. I'm going to actually do a little more proper back to... And it's nice that it's easy to switch back and forth, but it does seem, I think the reverb somehow runs better even though it's higher resolution, but probably because it has a narrower FOV. All right, so we're good there. We got our trusty headset here, and for IL2, I hate to say it, but it's an easy choice. If you're an IL2 person, reverb. If you're a sim racer, like I said, it's the index, because the FOV, I feel like the FOV is more important in sim racing. And the FOV is like not good on the reverb. So but rather than like, am I gonna buy both and switch off? Like, probably not. I'm only gonna get one headset because I want to be able to, in a year or two, when they finally make an index that has the clarity of the reverb, and that'll be like VR 2.0 that pushes everybody to say, okay, now I was a triple screen guy or a single screen high res guy, and then they'll be like, all right, now I'm into VR because, you know, it looks the way they, you know, think it should look, which is totally fair. Like, if you're not into the, you know, super immersion VR game, like, I totally get why. I'm gonna fix the image here in just a minute, guys. I know it looks funny. This is not easy. Thanks for hanging in there with me, guys. I know I'm like a broken record saying that this is not easy, but it is. We're gonna make one last little adjustment to Rivia Tuner. But now I can't get into frickin' Rivia Tuner? What, are you kidding me? Alright, that's fine. I'll just change my camera. So the reason I'm so into doing IL2 in this benchmarking is because it's like, it's possible. You can't do that on AC. It's not a thing. Because the car doesn't have an auto drive function. So they could really benefit. Why the fuck are people coming in here? Is there a fucking Pokemon card conspiracy? What? There was a dude here just trying to sell Pokemon cards. There's another Pokemon card guy in here.
Whoa, no way.
Look at this fucking guy.
Whoa.
I know.
Fuck, gotta buy them.
I got to buy it. I got to buy it. Pokemon. Oh, good. He's just messing with us. You. All right, good. Nice joke, man. I like it. You legit had me there. You could tell I was like legit thinking there was some like weird YouTube epic troll. Epic troll for sure. Nice. That's why I live stream. This shit is so fun. What a bunch of silly idiots we are. So it just outperformed the index on AC too. It held 90 on that last test pretty much the whole time. Yes. You can, yeah. I'm excited. I think everyone probably wants to see you drive it more than they want to see me drive it. Isn't it though? That's at the native resolution with no super sampling. Shut up. Yeah, but Steam VR Beta works differently. So I know the screen, probably it looks funny right now. I get it. It's what IL2 does. It looks like two screens, but we're here. I mean, this thing is just shredding the benchmark right now. She's locked in, bro. She's just locked in here. I'm coming out there. We're gonna let this benchmark run around. Most epic troll. Oh man, Scotty Too Hottie. I hope you subscribed. I hope you're on our Discord because you seem like the kind of guy that's gonna get along with the group just fine. Basically, Tool for Forza is a sim racing club where all we do is eat tacos and fuck with each other, and do stupid VR stuff, I suppose too. What up? Let me get one of them. Oh. Chimpogo Mound. Next to the box on the table. Oh, Jesus. What a noob. What a noob. What a noob. What a noob. So this thing, the frame rate will probably start to drop a little bit, so it won't be the most boring benchmark ever watching it just hold 90 because it's going to do some stuff. Oh shoot, yeah, we're not on race room. We mostly do pretty much we race primarily on Assetto Corsa. Oh, race room, is it? But you know what I really like about, and I've never even played race room, but just watching watching some streamers is the netcode and the collisions look like you can rub on each other, like have some good old dingle dongling going on, and like without killing each other.
It reminds me, the game reminds me a lot of project cars. I feel like it's got awesome car classes, it's got good tracks, but something doesn't feel quite right with the physics. Like it feels too easy. Like I was driving TTMs and I was driving the Mustang, and I was expecting the Mustang TTM car to like want to fishtail everywhere, and it was surprisingly plain at that snow. And they have some.
There's no mods for race room though?
I think there's just like
skins. Well, so what we're seeing is that the reverb outperforms the index on frame rate too. I mean, it's outperforming it on IL2. That's what it is. So like I was saying before, the lenses are way bigger in the index, and that's what makes the field of view so much bigger. And that's why the resolution is lower, because there's just, to get that resolution on a big panel, you need a lot more pixels, right? It would be impossible. With the computers we have now, if you tried to run a native 2160 by 2160 or let's just call it 2K. Let's say 2K resolution, which is I think what you need to have like really good HP level, you know, clarity and resolution. Yeah, there's not a GPU out. Yeah. Which is good though, because they come with the headset, and then it encourages the GPU makers to make a GPU for a reason. Because right now, it's like, who needs a 2080 Ti? The only people that need a 2080 Ti are probably people in VR.
Honestly, I was thinking, I tried to tell my other gaming buddies that I think VR sim racing and sim flying are the most demanding.
They are. They're definitely the most demanding.
Like more than Crisis 2.
Yeah. See, I don't know about all these other like computer games, but I mean, from what I've seen. Well, 1080 isn't shit though.
Yeah,
how about 1440? I think 1440 is a good resolution.
I mean, I just don't play a lot of games on my other sim racing. I'm just saying though, like if you just wanted to game, you could game so easily.
Oh yeah, you can game on a 1060 probably pretty much. Or really, if you want to just play games, just build an AMD computer, you know. But if you're a straight nerd who likes space goggles and shredding.
So I was looking at some comparison charts.
Yeah, and I think it performs a little bit worse. The high-end AMD GPU, I think it performs a little bit. I think it's like a 2070 or maybe a 2070 Super.
Yeah, I was
Which is like a 2070 or a 2070 Super.
Yeah, I still think that
No, and like we were talking about last night, it's funny that people you know pick AMD, and I'm gonna get a lot of thumbs down. Click thumbs down if you bought an AMD processor for gaming, because you're not gonna like what I'm about to say. For DX11, you know, stuff that doesn't multi-thread well. The Intel chips, they have a faster clock speed, so they just run a lot better. Sorry. I'm primarily after gaming performance, even though I make videos and do stuff. I don't care. I would rather sacrifice having my video take longer to render than. All right, we'll do that. I'll fly it. We'll do that next. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have you drive on the Reverb. We'll want to film a little thing that I can do for the video.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, we're almost done. I need to put this rig on casters. Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's locked at 90 right now in this, so we'll get in it and see. Well, the Discord is too old for Forza. I probably told you that already. Let's turn on Nasty's cam. Let's point it at the flight rig. Will you, I gotta do it here. So I have to stand in the way of my own camera for a little bit. Yeah, I talked about how much the cable sucks already, a lot. The cable is garbage. It's remarkably trash on the Reverb. It's really bad. It might be a deal breaker for some people. It's that bad. Where I could see some people saying, I don't want this headset just because the cable. Oh, I'm getting shot up here. Oh no! Oh, poor AI pilot is getting shredded. Oh, down goes Fraser.
Does that come on it?
No, this is a mod mic thing. All right, restart mission. So I'm gonna fly this myself here with looking around, and we'll review tuner is still up and everything. Alex, review tuners.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, no. Yep. So let me start. So now we're benching too. Now that's a new thing that guy flew over. That's weird. Okay, so now we're actually benching. So you're seeing, so the average FPS is what says 81 right now. The 1% low says 42, and the low is 38. Just so you guys in the stream can see what performance we're looking at here. This thing performs better than the Index, man. It does. It clearly does. All right, I'm gonna speed up time a little bit here so we don't sit around.
Well, see, that's what I'm getting at about running it at 80 hertz, especially on IL2. And the setter test is hard.
Yeah, but see, look, it's getting hammered. It's getting hammered right now. But it looks smooth though. Like even though it's not at 90, it looks pretty damn smooth in the headset. I think you should fly real quick too. Well, you can't because you don't fit in my rig because you're. I mean, this is holding 90. Even I mean, this definitely outperforms in terms of frame rate. And the image is, I mean.
It's so weird about the GPU.
What's the GPU loading at?
Like maybe the high is like 72%.
Yep. Yeah, because
the freaking Index runs at hard as shit.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is weird.
I swear, I think it's just because the lenses are so much bigger. Like, I think that just is so much more.
I think you pay a big price for the bigger FOV.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lenses are about 40% bigger on the Index versus the Reverb, which is why the FOV is so much better. And I find that I wear the Reverb lower on my face because I feel like the bottom of the FOV is the worst part. About where's that big fur ball that we saw? Remember the bombers and the fur ball we saw over here?
Yeah.
I mean, this just looks like you're looking at honestly, it looks like you're looking at a monitor to me right now. There's flak up there. No, that's FLAC. But I mean, I can still see the screen door very, very barely, but it's still there. But it's very, very minimal. It's running very well right now. I mean, it is dipping, and we'll go into the FLAC and try to get it to run worse, just to really push the thing. But this is how it runs online. It typically runs just like this online, where it's really bound. Maybe it'll get down into the 70s once in a blue moon. Where with that fur ball, like, didn't happen over there. How's the stream, Alex? Is it running smoother in IL2 on the thing, or is it still pretty choppy and garbage looking on the stream? Yeah, it's something. I have my settings aren't aren't right, which you can't test until you stream. So I'll be able to remedy that, and I'll find a way to stream in VR with whatever headset I choose. I'm gonna find a way to stream in VR because I'm that kind of guy. I'm not gonna let the computer win. All right, let's fly down into some muckety muck here. I mean, even as we're getting down close to the ground, it's still... I thought it would be dipping frames by now based on how the index performed. Yeah. It's just, look how good... I mean, even flying through the smoke and, like... Man, and you can feel how much lighter this thing is for sure right now. I mean, look at this. This is unreal that this is holding 90 this close to the ground with smoke in IL2. This thing runs like a freaking champ. The index would be hurting right now. All right, should we? Do you want to try this on AC? Should we do that next? I mean, the bottom line is this is a better headset for IL2.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a better headset for IL2.
You just gotta run the index out.
Yeah, you run the in 80 is it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's doable.
It's totally fine.
Oh gosh, I get to experience this firsthand again.
What's that?
This friggin'
Oh yeah, the cable. Yeah, you can get rid of the headphones too. You don't need them.
What do you mean?
Get rid of the headphones.
Oh my gosh, it's just, yeah, it's a lot lighter, but it fucking is not as comfortable, if that makes sense.
No, it's definitely not as comfortable.
Yeah.
So Alex is saying that it's just not as nearly as comfortable when you first put it on, and I totally agree that the weight's less, for sure, but it's definitely just not as comfortable.
It's like the part that actually makes contact with your skin is so skinny.
Yeah.
So it like really puts...
It puts pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the facial interface is definitely not... Oh, crap. Hold on, I got to get the wheel.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm
here.
looking through an Oculus Rift with much better resolution.
Right, it feels, yeah, the HP Reverb feels a lot like an Oculus Rift on your face. It just looks like infinitely better on resolution and screen door. Okay. Again, I know the cameras are like goofy and whatnot right now. Again, this is a not a beauty stream. This is a let's learn enough things stream. Where are those headphones? I'm gonna put those back on. I have to hold this mic. All right. I also think it's cool that we have two people testing because I mean, it's just cool to have two different people's opinion on what you know, what this stuff is all about. That's the thing you're not going to see on other YouTube channels as well. So
God damn it, dude. This fucking.
I know the cable sucks, doesn't it? How bad is the cable? Everyone.
I have to drive with the wire just pinned behind my back in order for it to like have support. I want that'd be cool if someone made some sort of mod for it to like
Maybe I'll try to do that.
just a zip tie with some slack to your rig, but then again you want it for both rigs.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure we'll figure. Yeah, that's true. You'd need it. Well, I'm gonna try to figure something out. Well, if I keep that headset, I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do. Let's make sure our pedals and stuff work here. Go ahead. Looks like we're all good. Okay. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Shoot, I missed it. Whoever that was. Sorry.
Nighttime race?
Yeah, this is the same race that the Index struggled with.
Yeah.
You know, so this is a good bench here as well. Okay, and I'm gonna mess with the screen here again, guys. I know it's not ideal, but this is like not easy what we're doing here. I know I keep like repeating that like a broken record, but it's really.
It doesn't feel 90.
No, it's you're in 65, but so reprojection's forced off right now. So yeah. Let me.
It is very clear though. Holy crap! So this is the first time I've raced with it since the first time I raced with it last night, and so I've been driving a lot with the Index. And now jumping to this, yeah, the clarity.
So I'm gonna put the microphone, Alex. I'm gonna put the microphone on your headset and let you give some opinion. Will you look up into the left? Actually, here. You know what? Fucking, you know how to do this. Here. I'm gonna put Alex on the mic.
Oh, why can I not get the button over there?
All right. Why don't you go ahead and say something? Let's make sure.
Hello,
it's
hello, 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 hello. Yeah, okay. Like, I can definitely tell right off the bat that the resolution... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's hard. Oh, man, I'm at, like, I think I'm at 100 FFP again. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. I'm definitely at 100 FFP again, which is weird. But yeah, it is so much clearer. Like it looks very, very sharp. God, why can't they just make their Index with these lenses? But you can scoot the Index lenses as close as you can to your fucking eyeballs. Like, I feel like if you could make these lenses a little bit closer, it would look better.
Yeah, it would make the field of view better, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I'm playing at 100 FFP for sure. Or at least close to it. Yeah, definitely. Oh, now I see that FFP mover up, or little meter thingy. I don't know. See what it gets up to on some of these turns. I also like the fact that this thing has inside-out tracking. Like, it works really well.
Yeah, I think the tracking. I think these headsets are equivalent with the tracking.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Like, I think they both have, like, I'm gonna call it perfect tracking. I think the tracking is perfect on both of them. I don't notice any issue, you know, with this or with the Index.
Yeah, I want to know why my wheel is at freaking a bajillion power.
Just turn down the.
I mean, it's at 100 force feedback. Isn't that where we want it? But
yeah, it should be turned down to 40 in game. But I mean, just turn it down real quick on the wheel if you want, just for the sake. I mean, this isn't about force feedback right now.
No, I know. It's just hard to drive the car with 100 force feedback. Mm-hmm. Okay, where's my shit so I can reset? Or we should. I want to put it on a daytime track.
Okay.
With like 30-ish cars.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
See if it'll run well.
Should we try to light my computer on fire and run Nürburgring with 75 cars, and just be like, what it do?
What it do?
No, that'd just be ASW Stutterfest all day, day. It's weird. I don't think I changed. I need to look at my encoder settings. I'm still kind of baffled as to why the stream isn't running smooth like it usually does right now. I need to double check my settings. I'm really sorry about that, guys. We spent a lot of time last night testing these headsets, and I just didn't take enough time testing the stream. So I apologize for how choppy the stream looks right here with the VR game. Usually, you've seen my other VR streams, you know how smooth. I think I have the smoothest VR stream for sim racing of anybody.
I got the smoothest. Where the hell is my fucking
This is not an example of that
There
at all.
it is.
I guess that's my point. You're locked in 90.
Yeah, that's what I figured that would be. Oh, don't. I made the force feedback a little bit too light now. That's a good call. I think. Oh fuck! Jesus Christ!
And I think if I was on a sim racing,
Yeah, if I could fucking drive. Jesus
So
Christ.
Alex, what are you doing? You could still be
I mean, I like the index. I like.
There's a lot to like about it.
If I played more IL2, I could see the argument for the reverb. But I feel like the index works really well in sim racing, and like that added FOV is fucking. And it's just like I said, dude, this is literally a fucking Chevy Malibu, like a '92 Chevy Malibu, rusty as fuck. It's been sitting in Oakland for the past like 8 years. But it's got a freaking crate motor in it that costs 5 times as much as the car
Yeah,
does.
so for people that speak English, what Alex is saying is essentially that the HP Reverb feels on your head from a real world perspective, like how it feels on your head. It feels a lot like a So what he's saying is that then the clarity and the resolution is like amazing, right? So that's what he
It's like every aspect of it is CV1 quality, and except for the lenses,
except for the actual,
except for the
which is kind of a good
yeah, which is the best deal. Well, I don't think the audio is bad. Yeah, I actually don't mind the audio for the CV1. Well, that's what I also wonder about this is longevity. Like, will this thing still work flawlessly in 12 to 18 months? And future-proof with the indexes is something to think about. Like, imagine being able to run the index smooth at 120. You know what I mean?
It's noticeably different.
Yeah.
To the game, no. So this is really. We've probably got at least 10 hours of testing on this, just comparing these two headsets for sure. And the reverb's not winning. I think the bottom line is that if you're a flight sim guy, or if you really value resolution over everything else, then you get the reverb. If you're more this, and I think for sim racing, the index is a better headset because of the FOV, because the resolution's good enough and the screen door's not bad enough for it, like being an immersion killer or whatever. But I think for sure, if I'm only a sim racer, I get the index. I get the index for sure if I'm a sim racer. If I'm a pilot, I get the reverb. I do both. and I'm going to keep the reverb. I'm going to keep the reverb. I mean, that's just it. For me, but I do a ton of flying sims, and people see the YouTube channel, and they don't know that. But I really get it. You know,
Just married. Yeah, I think in racing games where there's so much more shit going on, like really fast around you, resolution isn't as important as a flying game where you need to spot people kilometers away and be able to identify very small, minute details. Like that is literally part of the fucking game, which the reverb is better for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I had the audio mix was turned up. They must have turned up the sound in AC or something, and it messed up our audio mix there for sure. So what I was just saying is if you're a sim racer, I think that you get the index because of the better FOV and the resolution's very good, and the screen door effect is not bad at all. I shouldn't say that. It's the screen door effect is a lot better than a CV1.
Oh yeah,
like a lot better.
It is like noticeably fucking better.
Oh yeah.
In the aspect of resolution and screen door effect, the reverb, it's almost like you have to wear it to understand how much better it is
Than the index.
Yeah.
So is this comparable? So I think that so if the index is better than the CV1 in resolution and screen door, I think that the reverb is the same level better than the index.
I don't think the
don't
jump
think it's that-
is drastic.
You don't
Yeah, I
think
think
it's
the
that big?
jump
Okay,
between
that's
the
fair.
CV1 and the index is bigger than the index and the reverb. Because I still think the reverb, or I'm sorry, the index is good. This is just
I'm not
really
saying,
good.
I'm not
you know?
saying that the index isn't good
No,
because
no,
it's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, and more so in flying games, I think you notice that screen door effect and the resolution. So I don't know. In my opinion, that the jump from the CV1 to the index, and then the jump from the index to the reverb and clarity, that's the same for me. And
See,
it's not the same.
I
for you,
really
which is fine.
think that the times when you notice screen door effect the most would be much more in a flying game where you're looking at like solid colors a lot more often. Like this, there's like, look, there's fucking a blue wall, and now that blue wall will disappear eventually, and there's green trees and everything like that. Like, it's hard to spot that where if you just stare at the fucking sky, which is just one freaking color.
Then you can really see the screen door effect. Yeah, agreed.
And like the sky isn't moving.
Which is another reason that makes the reverb make more sense for flying sims.
No, yeah.
And the index make more sense for driving sims.
100%.
So that kind of backs up our conclusion here as well. So Jim Bob, I know the stream looks like crap. It usually I don't run streams like this typically. So I'm capturing off of my main monitor here, and it's a long story. I literally spent like 5 hours one night trying to figure out how to make this stuff stream halfway decent. And it's a long story that's super detailed that I'm not going to go into now, but we can talk about, about it in the future. All right, I'm going to take the mic off you for a second.
Go for it.
Well, I want to do one more race before we start doing some final touches because I want to shred one more time before I go.
Yeah. So TechWare. I mean, if you mostly fly combat sims, then air combat sims, then for sure the reverb's the way to go. Okay, another question. So I have the reverb running on a 74790K and a 2080 Super. Nice computer. I have tested with the reverb and IL-200. The reverb is amazing. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. I think, and you know what we forgot to mention? The reverb runs better. It runs better.
Yeah.
It runs better. And for a flight, and it doesn't matter. You know what? This is actually turning out to be really good because we're able to clearly define who should buy each headset, right?
Kind of, yeah.
You know, it's sim racers, you get the index. For pilots, you get the reverb.
I really think it boils down, like, I honestly don't think you can go wrong with either of them. Like, it's that, like, the strengths of the index are that much better than the weaknesses of the fucking reverb. You get what I mean? Like,
I do. No,
it's almost like a fucking draw.
Like, no, it is a draw, and that's why it depends on your application, and that's why if I had all the money in the world, I'd have both. I'd have both.
I would literally.
I might get both.
My own headset if I had all the money in the world.
I'll probably end up waiting until the Valve comes out with we need better GPUs. We talked about that already. But okay, see you later, Tony Touch. Yeah, we'll race soon. Oh god, my fat beer gut
I need
getting in the
Botox
stream.
console.
So Jim Bob, yes, I know it's choppy, and I know my previous streams were really smooth. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Um, because again, if you're watching the stream, you're probably like, wow, this guy doesn't know how to stream in VR. Like he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Why are we even like watching this? And I would be like, this guy's a jabroni. Um, if I was watching this too, that's totally fair. Because it looks like shit on the stream right now, and I never stream, in anything less than 60 FPS. So I like I said, I spent like 5 hours dicking around with my streaming settings, and I stream from two PCs, which is critical for VR. You cannot stream VR from one PC unless you want to make your viewers watch 45 FPS, which totally sucks, and I would never do that. And I know it's like worse than 45 right now, and I'm explaining why and what went wrong here. So the Rift CV1 in Assetto Corsa. Okay, so the Rift CV1 in Assetto Corsa, it doesn't when you display on your monitor. So I display at 1920 by 1080, which is also what I capture on in Streamlabs. So it's not distorted at all on the CV1 because the panels in the CV1 are approximately the same scale in terms of height and width. Well, the reverb and the reverb is square. It's 2160 by 2160. So now you have to figure out a way to so you take that 21 by 60 image and you have to zoom in on it, right? To make it not look like a square on the stream, so it takes up the whole screen. So my choices are either zoom in on it or have a square with a big bunch of dead space on the side, which I don't want to do. So I tried everything from streaming on one PC, which just the performance was shit. I tried to use the Steam VR capture window, which only runs at 45 frames per second, but it did full screen and looked good, but it only ran at 45 FPS and was unacceptable. So then I thought if I could just do what I said previously, where you stretch the image, you saw me like expanding the image here, like live on the stream. So that should work. I think that my streaming settings, I must have, like I said, I fiddled around with so much stuff. Not that I didn't think I messed with my encoder at all, but I definitely need to spend some more time figuring out how to stream in VR. Bottom line, with the high-end headsets, which I haven't done yet. I had an opportunity. I wanted to get the testing done while I could still return the thing. So I was focused more on having, Stalker come over with his index and doing what we're literally doing right now than I was with actually making the stream look good, just because I didn't have the time. So that's a long-winded explanation. I'm sorry about that. But that's just the way it is. We'll get it figured out. We're not going to let the computer beat us. All right, I see a few more chats. I'll be in to read chat in just another minute here. So hopefully you guys found this interesting. We're really almost done right here. Please, if you found this interesting, please click like. Please give us a subscribe. No one has done anything like this before to actually test these two really badass headsets, really for the main target audience that is flight sim and driving sim people. So I really hope you guys found this valuable. And again, this stream was not about making a beautiful, smooth stream. Obviously, you can tell by how choppy and shitty it looks. I'm going to fix that. I'm not going to live stream again until it's fixed. So I'll be doing that. But hopefully you found it valuable. Hopefully, you can give us a subscribe and catch some of our good VR live streaming that's actual just gameplay and not like testing and like hijinks and shit like this. But it's weird with the stream because on my monitor, it's smooth at 60. It's definitely locked in at 60 FPS on the monitor. And so it must be some kind of encoding thing. Maybe with the, it must be perhaps with it zoomed in so much on the stream PC, the way I have to like stretch out the image so it takes up the whole screen and zoom in on it. Maybe that has a performance impact that I'm not aware of. I just need to spend more time testing it, but we'll get it fixed. but just the way life and timing worked out, I couldn't figure all that out. You know, Alex has a life. I have a life, so I couldn't get that figured out before we did this stream. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. And this is tough. I mean, this is a very like technical technical thing we're doing here. This is a tech weirdo stream. Man, it looks like you're holding 90 frames here, no problem.
Oh yeah. No problem.
No prob, Bob. Beer gut stream, gotta suck it in there a little bit, boys.
Oh, dude, come on. Oh, fuck, he's gonna.
All right, let's get back to chats. No, the reverb is the same price as the index because you buy the index with just one lighthouse and it comes out to be. How much was your index shipped to your door, Alex?
I don't think they charged me sales tax or shipping.
Really? So it was $650 flat?
Yep.
Oh, so it's cheaper. So the index is actually cheaper by $57 because it was $700. It was $707 shipped to my door for the Hang this up on the goddamn hanger, you cocksucker.
Well, that's just how I do mine.
God, you're such a fucking
Fuck
asshole.
you.
God.
Fuck you.
All right, should we do? Why don't you stay in the chair so you're on the camera, and then I'll go on the other camera, and we'll do final thoughts here. Let's smoke a joint first. We can't do final thoughts without smoking on one. Sit in the damn chair.
Sit in the damn chair.
Yeah, it's zoomed in. Yeah, it's. I think you're right. Tech Hardware or Techware Motorsports. I think it's got something to do with the zoom. Yeah, I know. I'm stumped too, Jim. It's a hardware issue in the streaming PC for sure. And again, I'm gonna get it figured out. I refuse to lose, because that's the deal. So, so final thoughts. Let's get our sheet out, and let's just do a quick rundown on technical. We're gonna start with technical specs, and then we'll get into more subjective stuff, etc. So, the valve index. Let's start with the actual lenses and the clarity and what it looks like. So the index has a much better field of view. Well, so let's even start at a higher level. So the bottom line is if you're a pilot, get the reverb. You agree, Alex? Get the reverb.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're a sim racer, I say get the index. As a guy that sim races all the time and owns the reverb,
I like the index. I like the reverb though too. I just think this is my big things. Is I feel like the reverb falls short in so many other categories that it's worthwhile to pick up the index. But it's just like if you can just live with it, I think the reverb's the better choice. But I have a hard time just living with it. Like I'm just like if I'm gonna be spending $700 basically on a headset, it better not have a shitty, stupid cord. It better be comfortable as tits. And I can live with this decent amount of resolution difference. You know what I mean? But what I can't
agree.
live with
for a sim racer, I totally agree. As a sim racer, 100% agree with everything you just said. And the index is way more comfortable, even though it's heavier.
Yeah.
For sim racing, where you're not snapping your head around and looking around spotting, it's definitely way more comfortable. It's definitely the way to go.
Yeah, the what's it called? The reverb, it's not uncomfortable, but it's just not like when you wear the index and then you wear the reverb, you're like, God damn, one is really comfy and one is
Agreed.
normal.
Agreed. Totally agree. Yeah, and see, so Techware, and that's why when I make the video and actually don't have this garbage live stream thing, That's exactly what I'm going to say. I'm going to essentially say if you can live with a shitty cable and having some discomfort in your life, then the reverb is probably the way to go overall. But the field of view is majorly different. So we've done high level stuff. Let's dig in a little bit on the stats here.
Okay, so FOV.
Yeah, let's start with resolution because hold on. I think what's more
They're both in the same though. They're one in the same. You
th-
know.
they are, but what's more important to you, overall FOV or overall resolution?
Overall resolution.
Okay, Sam, I agree with you on that too.
And that's why I was gonna say while I was just driving with the reverb, I actually wasn't unhappy about the FOV. It just felt like I was driving a fucking Rift with really good resolution.
Yeah,
Whereas
agreed.
with the Index, it's like I don't want to say that the FOV is immersion breaking because it's not, but it's there. It's just like if you're a freaking super nitpicky kind of guy, I would consider myself kind of nitpicky. Like I wouldn't get along with it, but at the same time, the resolution is just that much better. Like when I was just driving right there, I was like, like when I would be right on someone's ass, I'm just like seeing, like I mean, it just looks fucking awesome.
That, and I think one thing, when you make graphical adjustments with the reverb, like when you turn up post processing effects, I mean, that's done anyways. Yeah. And when you turn up, oh come on, what are you fucking
You gotta
doing,
put it
man?
in the.
Jeez. Oh, if you put that in my 80/20 rig, I'll fucking stab you, dude.
That's where
Gee,
your boogers go,
God
that's where
damn,
your
what a
freaking
fucking
roaches go.
what a piece. This guy just tried to put a joint roach in the slot of my 80/20 rig. What an asshole.
Made it for. That's what they fucking made it for.
That's not what they made those. Those are not there for joint. Okay, sorry. So we're totally off the rails here because we're not good YouTubers at all, and that's fine. So index. So resolution. So the native resolution of the index is 1600 by 1440, and the native resolution of the HP Reverb is 2160 by 2160. Those are massively different numbers. So let's do some math here.
That weird setting on like Steam VR is still tripping me out. Like
That's true because we ran it. Technically, I think we were running it super sampled.
Yeah, well, technically,
We were running the index super sampled at 100%.
See, these are like some really technical questions that I think we should email Steam about and be asking them like, what is up with these number differences? Why is this not the natural number, the natural resolution?
Yeah, good call. So a lot of that's explained on the IL2 Sturmovik forums, and I trust the guy. It's this Chili Willy guy I was telling you about. Good old shout out to you, Chili Willy. Thank you for all the information. Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna wear the microphone real quick, and we'll go to the Sturmovik forums because we're talking about resolution, and like this is the weird thing. So let's dig in real quick, and let's show you how I got to where I'm at. With the Steam VR beta stuff. So all the stuff I learned really about setting up the reverb and the index came from the IL2 Sturmovik forums because it's a bunch of like flight sim VR nerds. Let me change the base resolution here real quick since we don't need to. All right, good enough. Where's my? I'm gonna go on my browser history here, guys.
Uh-oh.
Maximum risk here.
Ewok blows other Ewok behind bus stop.
So I think it was this thread that I was looking at last night. Yeah, Chili Willy. So you guys probably can't read this in chat. Let me do this.
I think they should be able to. I can read it on the small screen.
It's okay. We'll just make it easier for people. All right. For you 80-year-old motherfucker. So, okay. So.
Okay, so check out that number.
Yeah, but so this isn't Steam VR beta.
Yeah, but check out the valve index real quick. See
Yes.
where it's 1 and it's 2016 by 4032. And what were we running at? 2468?
We were running it about here, 235/85 by 2650. At 100. We can look.
Was 2468. That was the.
Right, so it was a little bit higher than this, and we turned it
We
down.
were running it out like 1.5 super sampling.
Yeah, probably 1.4.
Yeah, which makes me wonder how well would it have ran if we would have put it on the 21.6.
Yeah, it would have ran better, but it wouldn't have been nearly as clear at the
yeah.
resolution.
Well, I also am curious about. Remember when we were first getting into super sampling with the Rift, and we were like anything beyond 1.5, we felt like was just a wash. Like
True, and it just hammered the computer. You couldn't do it.
And we didn't really go into that extensive of testing, like testing different super sampling size and saying like, at what point is the super sampling moot for this headset, and at what point is it just draining resources?
So I think at 100 is the sweet spot for the index, because when I was testing last night, when your dumbass fell asleep, and I tried every different refresh rate and put it in ASW and went back and forth. No, I think 100 is where you run it, which is essentially this number. So there's this thing called Steam VR Beta. This post was made before. Okay, so here we go. This is interesting. So the index, the way we were running it, it was at about 12 million pixels.
I want to understand why his numbers are that. Like, why did he choose those super sampling numbers?
So I'll tell you why. So he picked 188 here because that's as close as you can get to the native resolution of the HP Reverb. See how in vertical here it says 2155, 2160.
Yeah, okay.
So this is him getting it as close as possible to native, which is 9.5 million pixels.
Okay, so it's 1.02 is the super sampling on that one. So it's literally at
Right.
resolution.
It's at native. It's at native resolution.
So native yeah, okay. So native resolution.
So he ran then, but you run the valve index cranked up to where we had it cranked up, where we found the sweet spot. And look, see, look at that. It's 3 million more pixels right there. So that explains the performance difference. When you which makes sense if you super sample to make more pixels, right? Is this adding up? Is this adding up to you guys in chat?
We'll see this number on the left that he has, which is Steam VR super sampling, and
Yeah.
the number on the right, which is the absolute super sampling
Yes.
ratio.
Yes.
So are you at 1.4 for that number, or are you at 2.74? I'm a little confused by. See, why can't it just be simple and just be why can't it just be one fucking setting, one fucking number, not
Right.
this application resolution and then general resolution.
So
which,
so there's another thread that talks about Steam VR Beta in IL2 server that covers that. But for the sake of not making the stream like super boring, like we got the slider, like these are the numbers that matter, the 2385, and like these, like who cares about what super sampling number? That's an arbitrary thing that the software, you just pick a number. This is what matters. The actual pixels are what matters, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, sorry. So back on track here. Anyway, so this is what made me want to try the Reverb in the first place. Were these pictures? So you can see the index at 140, which is about how we were running it. I mean, these pictures are representative of my experience and the difference in these two, headsets as well. And you can just see how much more clear the Reverb is with less pixels.
So this the Reverb one on the pictures on the right, it says super sampling at 188%. What were we running the Reverb at?
The exact same. It's the software is Look at we ran it at its native resolution. This is just these pictures are just how we ran it.
It's just the numbers are so much more confusing than the Rift, where it's just
I know.
4.
I know, it's true. No, they need to make the super sampling stuff and make all this stuff a little bit maybe more straightforward, but we're also looking at, and it's changed since this post was made in terms of where you set shit
We
to. don't
like change.
Obama. Second Amendment. All right, so, but you can see, I mean, so I think these pictures are super representative of what I feel like the difference is, and wouldn't you say that these are through the lens pictures that I did not take? But I think that's pretty representative of the difference. Would you say so?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't fly, so I can't tell you.
You didn't fly at all?
Because I can't fit in your midget seat.
Oh, Jesus. Fair enough.
I should have just looked through the headset, though. That was kind of silly.
So I think the bottom line is that you get a better looking image and your computer performs better with the Reverb based on these pictures and how we experience them actually performing in terms of frame rates. What do you think?
Tampon.
Okay.
No, what do I think? I think that the Reverb and the Index you can't go wrong with either one.
Agreed.
It's just
Like we said, it just depends on what you do.
It's fucked.
But we're doing the tech breakdown right now. All right, so we talked about resolution. So let's talk about the actual size, because now I think after resolution, what's the next most important thing? It's field of view. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I would.
I mean, really, right?
100%.
In terms of
It's
visual.
it's either field of view or comfort, because you've got to, like, I know that the fucking, like, wearing VR headsets sucks for doing it for a super long time.
Especially when it's hot.
Yeah, especially if you live in California in the middle of summer, tell me fucking VR doesn't
Oh, you
suck.
remember we did a live stream before we went down to Laguna Seca for the Historics, and we were on the single screen because it was so hot you could not VR. It was, and I'm in a garage and I'm getting an air conditioner.
Just running like an hour long race and getting a drip of sweat going in between your eyes and not being able to do anything about it. It's like, I need the most comfortable, like, oh, I don't need it. I shouldn't say I need it, but I would like to have it because it's tough. But getting back to it, FOV versus comfort, I'm going to take FOV as
Me
more
too.
important.
Me too. And heat and comfort are different things too.
I feel like that's kind of all one deal, because I feel like the material used, like the fucking Rift, I don't like the heat that the Rift generates because of that foam. It
Gets trapped in the foam.
Yeah, it's like having a goddamn, it's like one of those foamy blankets over your eyeballs.
And it gets
You want?
real greasy. Oh man. All right. Good talk. So so field of view. So the difference on the field of view, we actually measured, and I googled this and we couldn't find anyone that had actually we couldn't find these stats within a few minutes online. So I actually had a little tiny plastic bendy ruler that I cut up so we could measure the lenses without scratching them, which I was a little nervous about. So the reverb lenses, and this isn't surprising to me after looking at them, so the lenses are way bigger in the index, and that's what the field of view, right? So the reverb lenses are 1 inch, 1 and 5/8 inch by 1 and 5/8 inch. They're square. It makes sense. It's a 2160 by 2160 panel, so it makes sense that the actual lenses are, and they're not literally square. They're kind of like a pointy on the insides, and then they're round on the outsides. You guys have VR headsets. You can see what the actual lenses look like. They're not square, but we measured the longest distance horizontally and vertically. Is how we got to this. So it was 1 inch, 1 and 5/8 inch by 1 and 5/8 inch for the reverb. The index was 1 and 7/8 inch by 2 inches. So that's
Probably between 30 and
that's like, yeah, it's like 35-ish% bigger, and I would say the FOV feels, is it 30? I don't know if the FOV feels that much bigger, but it's way bigger on the index.
Yeah, the FOV is bigger. I still think that one of the main reasons the FOV can be bigger is just being able to slam the frickin' lenses as close to your eyeballs, which comes from adjustability, all that.
That's
shit.
true, and maybe that's a good segue into the next most important thing about a VR headset, which is comfort and I think adjustability and comfort go hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, because we're not Cro-Magnums, we
Yeah.
require a different
Oh
IP
man,
adjustment.
prepare for thumbs down.
Oh god.
So
All those Eastern European guys are freaking Cro-Magnums. They're
oh man, we're gonna get in so much trouble with this YouTube channel. This is gonna be great. So, yeah. So let's start with IPD adjustment.
Oh, so
While we're ranting, while Alex Nelson, who's just, luckily I'm never gonna have a monetized channel, so I don't have to worry about getting demonetized. If you guys have any questions, ask them too. Like, we're totally down to answer whatever, except for if it's anything about Alex Nelson's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Besides that, anything goes. So.
Samuel L. Jackson face.
Right. So comfort. I mean, the valve is just way better, and it's more adjustable. The way I don't like pulling the side straps. Feel worse than the CV1. I think that the actual strapping system on the reverb is worse than the CV1. What do you? I mean, it's definitely
I like the back of it. I like the back of it a lot more than
the circular back.
Yeah. I don't know. It to me, it kind of just felt like the one thing I didn't like about it was the facial interface and how skinny it was. It just feels like it's freaking pinching your face. Like it's putting a lot of pinpoint pressure on parts of your face.
I agree. And so you see this zit I got right here?
No, I wasn't looking at that.
We're gonna hold on. We're gonna do a zit. Where's the camera? We're gonna do zit stream.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I think that showed up after my 4.5 hour IL2
You just got
marathon.
a freaking Mount Vesuvius just growing
Dude.
on your face.
So, and it was like pressure. Like, it was like pressure like that.
To Anne Frank, all the people of Pompeii.
It was fine. It was nice one. I mean, but it wasn't uncomfortable while I was doing it. You know what I mean?
No, it's not like super bad, but
I mean, I would pull it off and reset it once in a while. But you know.
it's the fucking cord. Like.
Oh god, the cable. Let's get the cable.
Oh.
The cable is so trash on this thing.
It is. The way that you have to sit with it is just so fucked
Yeah,
up.
here, will you hold this in front of the camera so like help me and see what you're doing
Oh
over
my
there?
god, the wrong way.
No, over here. Over here. Jesus Christ. So,
This sucks.
God, you're such a fucking piece of shit.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, right. So good. So Jim Bob is keeping us on track. We forgot. So the IPD adjustment is done in the software on the reverb, which sucks because I need to like when you're doing it in Windows, you're not doing it on the fly in VR, so you can't really dial it into what you want because you're doing it in software when you're not in VR. But I'm gonna mess with that before I do the final review video and see. There's got to be a way to adjust the IPD and see it in real time, so you know how to get it dialed in. But I think I'm about 60. I would run the Rift.
Yeah. We're birds of prey.
I think we're right. But on the index, there's a slider. Is the index still out here? Yeah.
Yeah, the index just has an.
It's just like a Rift. I mean, so it's just right here. It's your right thumb, just like a Rift, is how the index works.
The way the distance counter thing works on screen display is really neat. But yeah, it's nice having that. But that's one of those things where I don't really care too much about it because I might have someone come over and try out my rig one fucking time every 6 months. So it's like, as soon as I get it perfect for me, it's not changing. So
You're talking about your IPD adjustment right now?
Yeah, and the distance from the lens, but just the ability to just do that a little bit easier, I guess, is better. But
Oh, that's big. I
yeah,
think that's a big deal.
But getting it to its point and then just leaving it there, that's the name of the game. Like, I don't care about
True.
sitting there fucking changing it every 10 minutes because I don't do that. I get it where I like it,
Right.
and that's how it stays for forever. You know? So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to research the IPD. Oh, I'll look into that, Adam. Yeah, the scale. So what do you mean by the scale? Because I thought IPD was just the distance between your pupils. So yeah, share a little bit more about what you mean by scale there. I don't know that I totally follow you, but you probably know more about this than I do. All right, what were we? Okay, so we talked about comfort, adjustability. Yeah, the index is way better. The cable. Oh my God, the cable on this thing is huge
And shitty in every way.
I mean, it's a double cable, like, and that might not sound like a big deal. It's twice as big, and it's firm. Like, and I think the size is less of an issue than just how firm the damn thing is. Like it I don't know. It's like having a.
It's this thing though. This thing also, like, I feel like the index has the same exact like connection point where on the index cable that 3 goes into that 1.
Yeah, but that's nowhere near your head.
No, I know it exactly. It's this connection point just needs to be further down so it can rest
Oh,
on
totally.
the ground.
Right.
Like,
No, this is like when I do the video, I'm gonna have some serious questions for HP as to why. See the section here, right? This is a single cable. Then there's a big burly connector, and then it goes to 2. See the difference there? Like, why is this not 8 to 10 feet long? And then this is somewhere else. Like, this is right here. Like, this is on your shoulder. So what I do is I pinch it with my collar blade. You literally like get yourself extra slack, and then you pinch it with your back, and then kind of have this off to your left. I know it sucks.
Horrible.
No, I could see people saying that I don't want that headset just because of that. I mean, I guarantee you there's people who's like, no, I don't want that thing because I don't like the way the cable works, which is sad because how do you engineer everything else so well? But I'm gonna try to make a fix. I'm gonna make a little caddy or some kind of thing that you can clip onto a seat. I'm gonna mess around with that because I'm gonna keep this
it's
headset.
gotta be like a coat hanger or something that goes.
A
Right here.
coat hanger, Jesus.
No, but you know what I mean. Just like a little.
A caddy.
Yeah.
Some kind of little thing to make the cable so it does. Anyway, okay. So we've talked about comfort. The index it blows it away.
Yeah.
Honestly, it blows. The index blows away the reverb in comfort and with adjustability. For software, I think it's a wash. Honestly, Windows Mixed Reality is no big deal. I was totally like, oh my God, I'm gonna hate like fucking around with Windows Mixed Reality. It's like no big deal at all. Like, once you install Steam, Windows Mixed Reality for Steam. It's just like you have Steam, and then there's one annoying thing where you can't use the mouse when you're in VR unless you press the Win and Y button. But there's a little quick file you run that actually is a registry edit, which was really scary, but it's from Windows, so it makes it a lot less scary. And it makes it so like you didn't notice any problems with the mouse or anything, right? Because I'd already fixed that. So that's a little thing. I mean, software, they're a wash. You're using Steam VR, so that's how that works.
I still don't like these pictures that much. I never liked these from the screen pictures because we were talking about that yesterday, putting a camera like and just like taking a picture of a picture and how it never comes out well. I feel like these pictures don't do it exact justice on. I think the reverb looks, both of them look much sharper than these pictures suggest when you actually have the headset on.
Agreed. I think the value in these pictures is only for the comparison from one against the other, and it's really not against what you actually get.
It just makes them both look bad. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
it does, but don't worry about that. But look at how much more clear the bottom one is through the reverb. I mean, and I think that's representative of the delta that you experience in VR.
Yeah, I would agree, but I still say that they both look good. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, they both look good for sure. No, they both you could play IL2 competitively, no problem. On an index, I think you'd probably have better spotting for sure on a reverb.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to see when I get home and can hook in my IL2 and stuff. I'm gonna downsample basically the index on IL2. Go below.
Or run it at 80.
Yeah.
like you
Well,
said.
that's what I normally do is just run 80 with 100%.
You run it on 80 on IL2,
Yeah. I run
and you have an 8700K overclocked to 4.9. How fast is your RAM?
3200.
Okay, and you've got a 1080 Ti.
Yes.
Okay, so pretty damn good computer. All right, where were we? I'm kind of lost right now. So we talked about comfort. We talked about all the tech specs. Price, they're about the same price. Does that cover it?
I mean,
So I guess like we said before, if you're a sim racer, get the index. If you're a pilot, get the reverb.
I like that. I would agree with that. I think I would much rather have the reverb for flying. The index didn't seem to run as well on
But
flying.
Yeah, but we had it. Maybe we had it oversampled a little too much, or maybe we could have run it at 80.
Yeah, running at 80.
It definitely would have run, but with it downsampled, because I ran it at less than that last night, and it definitely didn't look as clear. Like the super sampling was definitely helping. You
Yeah.
know, like helping for sure on the index. I think some super sampling. You don't need to super sample on the reverb. That's kind of interesting too. Like you just don't need it. It looks super clear. On the index, I would want it. You know, you'd want to. I mean, that might sound obvious to you guys watching, but I don't know. You definitely want to super sample the index.
I want to dig up the information that I found on the web somewhere where it had a explanation for those super sampling difference, like the numbers and stuff, like the thing that about talking about downsampling basically, and why you shouldn't do it in these headsets because
Interesting.
it'll tear like the image up.
Mm.
I gotta find it, but
So this is so actually color. We didn't talk about color, and this picture
Yeah.
makes you think about color. And this, I don't think this is representative personally. And you can see it's in a weird part of the lens. You see how it's kind of dark, right here. Doesn't that? I don't think that's a good picture. I know we disagree on this.
yeah, I thought
And that's fine. I think the reverb has better color.
I thought the colors on the index were like deeper, basically, like more. What's the word I'm looking for? More saturation.
And we didn't really play with post-processing filters or anything like that.
No, and I think you can change that too once you're in your sim and you have your headset on and go to like color warmth and increase it or do whatever you need.
Well, we did adjust. So the gamma was adjusted on IL2 because you just in VR you run it at like 0.8 or 0.7. That's just what everybody does, and it definitely doesn't look as washed out. So we did that. I would say like the ghosting, like when you're looking at a dark background with a bright text.
No, the index is worse.
Yeah, there's some ghosting on the index, but when you're actually using it, like at night in Assetto Corsa when it's dark and there's those bright lights, I don't really notice any ghosting. I was looking for that. It didn't seem bad at all when you're actually like using it in game.
I think one of the reasons the ghosting's worse too is because those lenses go all the way to the edge of your visibility, whereas the reverbs are a little bit further out, so it's like not as much ghosting as even possible. It's just because ghosting I feel like is just light creeping in, right? Is it not? Or is it?
I don't
something with
honestly
the
know.
screens?
I thought it had something to do. Maybe someone in chat knows, but I thought it had just was like kind of a screen quality kind of thing in terms of like how, like white text, like when you load up Sturmovik and it's that white on black. But this is not representative. I mean, do you think that this picture represents the difference in colors?
I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, but it's funny because you look at some of these other pictures. It's hard. I mean, this is really dark. I see what you mean, though. And look at this.
I look at the field.
Well, no, it's interesting. Look at the man in the cockpit here. You can see the tail gunner right here. And maybe it's just a different frame.
Yeah.
Because his face, it's got to be a slightly different frame. It looks like the wings are a little different, but this is definitely does. I see what you mean now by the depth of color, just by looking at like a picture like that.
Yeah, it's hard to trust these pictures, but
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
God.
depth of color, I really honestly don't think the depth of color is an issue because most games you can go in and adjust the color according to what your headset kind of delivers.
I agree.
And get whatever you look best.
Yeah. I tend to agree. So yeah, so Adam, that's kind of what we're talking about right now, was like God rays and ghosting, where I would say like when we were actually using the headset in games, like no. But like when you're sitting with a black background and a white text, there is some of that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, is a God ray different than like when you look at an L and it's kind of glowing like Jesus is like pissed on it or something, or like poured pickled baby juice on it, or like.
I just don't.
You don't get
I mean, when you're playing, I just don't think you realize anything.
I agree. I thought it would be an issue on the index based on what I'd read.
We were joking about last night. If you love staring at menus, then yeah, don't.
Right, yeah. If you're a fan of Gamer Muscle and you just want to watch menus all day, or this stream, go for it. So I think this is pretty representative. But see, this is an interesting color one too, where now it's totally the other way. Like, look. So he asks about ghosting. This is actually the perfect ghosting picture right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you're talking about light bleeding off of all the. White
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah, Adam. Hopefully you're still here because this picture really.
Yeah, because that one makes it seem like the colors are way darker for the. That's why I just don't think that these are good. Like, you shouldn't look at these pictures and expect to see this shit going on when you actually have the headsets on. Like, VR is so hard to explain because it's just like you can't fucking make your conclusion to it unless you've worn it. You know what I mean?
I totally know, and that's why I wanted to live stream and do this the way we're doing it, because it's such a weird and deep topic that I wanted people to be able to see, like, hey, I'm not just some idiot that made a 14-minute video on what headset you should buy, and I tested it for 45 minutes. Like, we're like digging into this shit because it's like that's what makes this YouTube channel valuable. Is I do all the weird shit that who else is benchmarking? Have you ever seen anyone benchmark in VR besides Gamers Nexus, who did it with some insane, overly complicated, hardware-wise way? And I love Gamers Nexus, and I learned so much from Steve, and that is a valuable channel for sure.
I like him, but
really like Gamers
He's up
Nexus.
here.
Oh no, he's triple OG.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're comparing to him at all, but he does weird shit that you don't see anywhere else, and that's what makes a YouTube channel valuable. So, silly question. You keep saying it's not like this in VR, and it's much better in these still. So what's the point of these comparisons?
Yeah, it's exactly kind of what I was saying.
Well, so here's the point of the comparison.
It shows the delta. It kind of shows a delta.
Correct.
But it's God, it's hard to say. I feel like it's over exaggerated almost.
So I think I can elaborate a little bit on what you just said. So this is not what it really looks like in the headset to the user, but that's not what we're trying to analyze here. We're trying to determine in what specific scenarios does one headset perform, compared to the other one. And I think that this is pretty representative, when you're in the cockpit of this is what the index looks like, super sampled. At running, we didn't just run it at stock settings like bitches. We got turnt, versus what the reverb looks like. Now, not from the colors perspective, but I mean, it is the reverb's more clear. Like we've been saying, the resolution, it's just more clear when you're looking at small, these are tiny little things on the cockpit. This is zoomed in. And, it has higher resolution. So I don't think this is a testament to color or to anything except for just the delta in resolution at the worst. I think this is probably the most dramatic example of the difference between the resolution and the index. Like, this is pretty
Especially
extreme.
for something up close.
Right,
Like,
right,
the picture on the left almost doesn't even look focused. Like that's another weird thing when you're actually playing. Like, we can't tell you exactly where to put your eyeballs. Like, put your eyeballs on the O and not. You know what I mean? Like we can't tell you exactly where to be focusing on. And it's just like VR is. You've got to wear it to come to your own conclusion. Like, it's so. You cannot look at a picture and just be like, "This is it. This is
Right,
how I'm
agreed.
gonna experience it." Like,
Agreed. And that's, I mean, and I think that's why these YouTube videos are so valuable to people, because you have to like listen to someone like rant about it rather than like do this kind of research. And so like, that's why that's why I was like, dude, come over. Like, I was like, I'm going to buy a Reverb. Like, I want a new headset. Let's figure out what's the best one to get. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. I thought for sure that I'd be sending that Reverb back and getting index. I totally was like, I'm just going to be a sucker and deal with this thing, and just to kind of, make sure I know what it's all about. Honestly, I thought I was going to be getting rid of the Reverb before I put it on for sure. So, I mean, is that it? Is that there you have it?
virtually, yeah.
I mean,
is there any more questions? Like, really?
I mean, we're not a big YouTube channel.
We should mention that front USB port on the index could be used for something cool in the future.
Oh yeah, that's true. They've got the wonky, wacky wingus on the front.
I forget what they call that thing. The pit? It's something like that.
Yeah, something like
the
that.
docking bay.
You love docking.
Yeah,
You're a huge fan.
Space docking.
You're definitely trying to dock last night. That was pretty awkward.
Dock gay cat.
It's definitely dock. All right.
Yeah, I would be interested in someone making a fan for that.
Yeah, airflow is a big deal. I think everyone who does VR has a fan blasting in their face. That's just part of the game.
It would be so cool if someone made a fan that is this big and just fits right there and just blows.
Oh, you know what that made me think of is weight. Did we talk about weight already?
No. But I honestly, it's such a draw. I feel like the fucking is so light. But it's just like the comfort level is so good. You kind of got the same eye ache I got, like headache thing last night.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that that's as much weight. I think that's from the lenses being so close to your fucking eyes that it gives you a damn headache.
I agree.
I'm over it. Like, I've been on it for 3 weeks now, and it was just like the very first time I ever tried VR. Not like that insane stomach motion, but more just like kind of an eye ache, and I got used to it. It's fine.
But I had the same little thing. But I'd also been drinking all day yesterday, so like I could have been getting a headache from something. But I would put it on and it would come, and I would take it off and it would go away.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a prolonged like thing. It was like how mine would come and go when the headset was on.
Yeah, I feel like it was just like a little ache behind my dominant eye. That's
interesting.
That's the feeling that I got.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. But it sounds like something you can get over.
Yeah,
which is good. And the weight, so again, if you're sim racing, you're not snapping your head around and like trying to find crowds and like freak out.
The most movement you're gonna do is like this.
Yeah, and you don't need if you're snapping your head around and like
you're not fucking I'm over here.
Right. Exactly.
But on the sim.
But on the flight sim, the weight is kind of a bit of an issue too. So that's nice because it makes it easier.
So immersion, so you can't look past like this.
No, hell no. They didn't wear no belts back in the day. They weren't wearing no belts.
Their cockpit's like this big. They can't fucking.
Yeah. No, you can't do it in IL2 either. It blocks you. You bash into the canopy. You can't do.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that in IL2.
Sound like the air's.
Well, that's when you're getting close, and then when you actually run out of room, you bump the canopy. So
that's kind of cool.
But that makes it easier to actually make a video that helps people make a decision on what they're gonna buy, because that just adds to the whole. If you're gonna fly, get the reverb. Like, what if the reverb was heavier and the index was lighter? That would suck, because you'd be like, oh, well, you look around, but then the reverb, like, you know what I mean? That pairs nice. I guess the benefits that the reverb has visually pairs nicely with the weight advantage it has also.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's an Oculus Rift with better lenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like way better lenses.
Way better. Yeah.
It literally looks like Oculus built that thing.
Well, what's kind of funny is how similar the material. Remember last night when we were looking at the material on the back here and on the inside of the index?
It's a goddamn Ponzi scheme.
There's some kind of conspiracy going on now.
But yeah, I mean.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap. I mean, if you're a pilot, you buy the reverb. If you're a driver, I mean, how many times have we said this?
Such a shitty freaking ending to the video, saying that there's not one definitive winner. Because remember, people are gonna ask questions, and you can't let stupid people think for themselves. You got to tell them what to do, right? So if you got if you got to tell someone what to do, tell them what to do right now, because that's why people watch.
I just did. If you're a pilot, buy the reverb. If you're
YouTube is the new Bible, dude. People just want to be told what to believe in and what to do. So
YouTube is the new Bible.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, guys. YouTube's the new Bible. Okay, fair enough.
People want to know how to live their lives. They rely on smart people to make decisions.
Well, if that you've come to the wrong place if that's what you seek. So okay, so which is better? Are you trolling us, Grim? Grim is totally,
Yeah, good job, Graham. Dude,
I'll put it this way. I'm keeping the reverb because I fly a lot.
I'm putting it this way. I'm glad I bought the Index.
All right, interesting.
I think the Index is future-proofed itself kind of too. We didn't really talk about that.
That's true. See, I'm glad we're going through all this now because now I'll be able to rewatch this before I make my. This is all just a scheme so I can make a decent video, and I'm gonna have it recorded so I can watch it on YouTube because YouTube is the Bible. I'm gonna watch my own video to make that right.
Yeah, you gotta praise yourself if you want to be low. Low, Jesus, low, Recus.
Yeah. So the refresh rate, the variable refresh rate. And so last night I thought Alex had a really good idea. He's like, hey, put it on 144 and then force on ASW so it's rendering 72 real frames and then slotting in, the ASW frame in between there, which sounded like a really good idea.
Yeah, it just didn't really work.
It just didn't really work. It just was kind of performed.
ASW just sucks. ASW sucks.
Yeah, ASW sucks. And that's like my cool PC bro video I made about ACC where I just turned everything down and then had to super sample it so it just didn't look like a Nintendo game, and then it still didn't hold 90, and I was like, my pride, because when you're in and out of ASW, it sucks.
Imagine if the 3080 Ti comes out, in 6 to 8 months, 10 months.
Yeah, then it'll work good. We just need better computer, and you know what? That's what's holding back the next generation of VR, because the next generation of VR. All right, you heard it here first. Here's prediction. The next generation of VR, it's a Valve Index with the same resolution and clarity as the Reverb, and that's the ultimate headset. But there's not a computer out there that can run it, and that's why they don't make one, because if no one can use it, you're not going to sell it.
The next VR headset won't be a VR headset; it'll be a camera.
Oh, we're not going down that rabbit hole. We're not going down that rabbit hole right now. It's a good idea.
That was like stoned topic of discussion of the night right there.
Yeah, that was almost mushrooms level.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even need drugs if VR got like that. You wouldn't need drugs. We should explain to him real quick, just a super brief, what the future of VR is.
Yeah, no. The future. So Alex Nelson's convinced the future of VR is you actually have a camera on the outside of your headset that then portrays the image from the outside into the headset, but then also augments it like augmented reality, right? It's exactly, what you're talking about, augmented reality.
You can walk outside your house and your street will be playing in your headset, and there'll be freaking Russian paratroopers coming down. You gotta defend the motherland,
There you go. So that's I think that's called augmented reality, right? Isn't that what that is? Isn't that's augmented reality?
I guess so.
I think that's what that is.
Altered reality.
All right, so what's best? So for me, the Reverb is best because I fly, honestly now, well, I've been on a flying kick for a couple of weeks too because I'm just getting good at IL2 and so having fun with that. Jesus, that is a loud garbage truck. So for me, what's better for sure? The Reverb. I bought my Reverb and had it come over because I legitimately thought that I was going to be sending it back, for sure. Remember when I talked to you and I was like, hey, you need to come over within 30 days because I'm probably sending this thing back. Didn't I literally say that to you?
You did.
So I thought I was going to be sending it back, but I'm keeping it because I'm a flight nerd and because I'm a tough bastard and I can tough through this shitty cable and the absolutely horrible generally the ergonomics just are not good on it they're passable, but compared to the Index, they're crap. I can tough through that to get to the better clarity.
Scott quit racing because he was tired of losing to me, so that's why he chose.
Oh, hell no. Really?
Burn.
Oh, man. We're going to have to do a 1v1 live stream where we put some crazy bet. I'll make a crazy bet. Let's call it now. We'll do some event where where the loser will do like best of 7, and loser has to do something super fucked. We'll figure that out later once we're doing something more interesting.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm going home. Let's get this stream
All right.
over
No,
with.
we're done.
I'm
I
going
think
home.
we like I mean I don't did we miss anything, chat? I mean we talked about and the refresh rate. So the higher refresh rate is awesome on the index. It's so much smoother. I was sitting in the hangar looking around real quick.
Yeah, at
and
144 you were able to do that.
oh,
And I
you
was
can
like,
tell
damn,
the
that's
difference
impressive.
between 90 and 144 is a major deal, but no games actually run like that, so it's a moot point now. But like you said, in the future,
When a 3080 Ti comes out and you can run your racing games locked at 120 instead of 90,
that's going to be alright.
yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
But what would you rather do? Would you rather run it at 120 and have the same clarity, or so would you rather have the clarity of the reverb at 90, or would you rather have the clarity of the index at 120?
I'd rather have the clarity of the reverb at 90.
I would too. The difference, I think the clarity difference.
Field of view of the index,
Right,
though.
and then right.
Yeah,
See, this
that's
is
what I'm saying.
right.
We need a fucking goddamn what's the name Valve to just buy those lenses and make them big.
Well, but then our computer's gonna run them. See, we're back to the whole.
I think it would be extremely tough to run them.
It would maybe in ASW all the time.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't make me puke in my mouth.
I'm feeling you on that. So yeah, there you go. I think that's about it, guys. I really appreciate you, everyone, tuning in and clicking like and asking questions. This is a really fun stream. We'll get it smoothed out and do the next one with the sim racing and make it look proper. I just need to faff about a little bit more out here and figure out how I'm gonna get it done. And as always, come find us on Discord. Come find us on Facebook. We race Assetto Corsa. We're starting up a Thursday series. I think this week is actually the first race of that series. I need to work on that post in Discord here today. And then we also race on Forza Motorsport 7. So I doubt anyone here is into Forza because this is a VR nerd thing going on. But that's it from Tool for Forza today. Thanks for checking out the channel. And we will see all you guys on